tayo online.
2020 was the year we all looked forward to. It's the start of a new decade. It's the year of perfect vision. Or so we thought. And then the pandemic happened. Now, 2020 has become the year that ushered in the new normal. But in spite of that, here in Creative Voices, we believe it's still the perfect year for your voice to be heard. This is Creative Voices 2020. Bigger, bolder, better. And yet still and always the home of the best Filipino voiceover artists. We provide a pool of hundreds of voice profiles. Male or female, young or mature, calm or energetic. In English, Tagalog, and other Philippine dialects.
Tuloy ang kwento.
Padayon ang istorya.
Ituloy ti istorya.
Telestoria continua.
Isundo may istorya.
Padagos lang ang satuyang istorya.
Padayon ang imo nga sugilanon.
Tuloy ang kwento.
An online platform for selecting, booking, and obtaining the perfect voiceover for your commercial, movie, corporate video, e-learning, telephone system, etc. You name it, we voice it. State-of-the-art recording studio, equipment, and software for a guaranteed crisp and clear audio quality. Online workshops on voice acting, home studio setup, and audio editing. We have produced over 2,000 graduates from VoiceWorks, our popular voice acting workshop since 2005. And the pandemic is no reason to stop. Vision 2025 to be the leading national network of young Filipino voice artists and creative voices. Mission to provide developmental opportunities and platform that empower young Filipino voice artists in every corner of the Philippines to use their voices to promote positive social change. Adapt, adopt, adept. We create a culture of giving, sharing, loving, and caring. And disrupt the culture of selfishness, greediness, and ungratefulness. We give every unheard and aspiring Filipino voice artist an opportunity to rise above the noise and be heard. Be part of the new normal created by Creative Voices 2020. Join Certified Voice Artist Program. Creative Voices 2020 Vision 2025. Creative Voices Productions. www.youtube.com/thevoicemaster. #VoiceFromHome. Dahil basta boses, creative voices.
you online.
Yan. Good evening.
Good evening. Great evening. Welcome,
Yes,
guys.
evening.
Yes.
Yes,
Ayan.
welcome guys and gals. At syempre mga ka-Entreps. Good evening, co-host Mac Florendo, Mr. Mac
Gandang gabi
Florendo.
din, Miss LA.
Okay.
Alright, so this evening, we will learn how to be your own boss. Whatever your passion or interests are, together, let's discover how to turn it into a business. Your own business. Napakalawak ng industriya ng pagnenegosyo. That's why we're opening doors for you to discover the ins and outs ng pagtatayo ng sarili ninyong business.
Yun, ang galing naman. Sobrang exciting tong gabi na to, Mac, no? Kasi, narinig niyo po sa aking co-host na, diba, this is truly an exciting night. And ating pong palalawakin ang inyong kaalaman, kayo pong mga ka-entrep, sa mga negosyong ito with our Entreprofessors. Siyempre, diba, we've had for the past Fridays, for the past weeks, yung ibang topic natin dito sa EntrepAcademy, no? Kasi this is really like a school, no? So it's an online thing that we do every Friday. And before, we had fashion and beauty, digital world, agriculture, food industry, at yung isa pa, financial literacy. At yung sa atin, Mac, ano nga ba yung topic at yung matututunan ng mga ka-entrep natin?
Of course, entertainment!
Yun. Na
And
sobrang favorite po namin mga ka-entreps. At malamang kayo din po. Alam kong gustong-gusto nyo rin po ang entertainment. Who doesn't want entertainment? Diba? Who doesn't want to be entertained? Sabi nga. Okay, lalo na sa mga panahon na to. Dahil dito sa EntrepAcademy, kayang-kaya mo
maging boss dito. Yeah. You can be your own
be
boss.
your own boss. Yun.
So again,
Sige, Mac.
great evening sa ating viewers, sa ating mga ka-entreps. It's another night, it's another day to be inspired and learn to be how to be your own boss, no? Dito sa EntrepAcademy, we are here to give you insights, ideas, techniques, and skills na kakailanganin ninyo para magsimula ng bagong business. And this is your entertainment course, no? Showbiz, making a living out of your passion.
Di ba?
So again, ako si Mac Florendo, tama? Ako si Mac Florendo, and para lang makilala nila tayo, no?
Yes. Sigurado naman po ang aking co-host na siya si Mac Florendo. He is also known as the Voice of Magic. Oo, you've heard it right. He is the Voice of Magic at I am his co-host. I am your ka-entrep para sa gabi na to. And I am Voice Lab po, no? So, we're both voice artists and we're both into doing entertainment. Diba? Tayo, Mac. Oo. Si Mac bilang magician at voice artist. Ako po bilang event host, singer at voice coach, no? And so we are your Entreprofessors for entertainment. So let's help you kickstart your business, mga ka-entrep, in entertainment. At ngayong gabi, aming ituturo, kasama po ng aming mga guests, ang mga how-tos on how to start your own business right. Yun, you heard it right. How to start your business right and thrive in the entertainment business. Siyempre, Max, siguraduhin natin na they don't just survive, no, but they thrive in the business industry. Yan. So, dahil dyan, may kilala tayong viewer natin ngayon at nagtastrive naman talaga yan sa pagiging voice artist. Hi, Erwin Natividad. Maraming salamat. CBA kapatid for supporting us. Yan. Si Erwin yan, Mac, no? So, support yung mga kasama natin na yan sa CBAP. So, magandang gabi po ulit sa inyong lahat. Okay, so sige, Mac. Oo. Yan, congratulations on your episode.
Wow. Special viewer. Congratulations on your episode and passion to inspire people of different ages and status in life. Kilala ko to nag-comment. Lagi ko siya nakikita.
Yan.
Biggest fan niya ng ating guest.
Oo, so kilala ko yung nag-comment kanina at kilala ko itong nagko-comment ngayon, Mac. At kilala mo yung nag-comment kanina si Ma'am Edita. Thank you po for your kind words, Ma'am Edita, no? At kikilalanin tayo ng mga ka-entrep natin, Mac. Oo, kwentuhan natin sila a little something about you as a performer at ako din, no? Pero, bago tayo mas magpakilala sa ating mga viewers, gusto lang natin sabihin na we will be giving prizes, no? Kasi mga kasama natin sa EntrepAcademy, no? Oh, generous tayo dito Generous tayo dito sa, sa EntrepMedia.
Part ng entertainment yan, no? Yung mga pa-premyo. Part yan.
Yes. Oo, kasi ako, Mac, siguro, alam mo naman, no? When I do my hosting, no? Lalo na sa mga events, one thing for the host to like really make the guest or the audience stay is yung pagbibigay ng papremyo. So dito po sa EntrepAcademy, naniniwala po kami na the more that you give, the more that you will receive. Diba? Importante rin yun sa negosyo. So, mga ka-entrep, please like and subscribe. Opo. Like and like our page, no? So, yung Entrep Radio online po na page. And please, with the hashtag, please like and share. Bigyan niyo po kami ng puso kung gusto niyo po. Ang aming mga kapamilya, kapuso, mga kapatid. Bigyan niyo po kami ng maraming puso. At sana hindi po mag-end dun sa pagbibigay niyo ng puso. Sana po you would also share this episode. Para naman po, the learning does not stop from you. Diba? We will be able to share everything that we would learn and everything that we will be making us more inspired, not just about business, but about life. Definitely marami tayong matututunan, lalo na sa mga guests natin tonight. Di ba, Mac? Tama yung sinabi ko?
Grabe. Tama yung sinabi niya. It's all about sharing. Kasi para lang, di ba, may pasa natin. Kasi yan lang yung nagpapabuhay sa mundo Pag nag-share tayo ng isang bagay or knowledge.
Yes. Oo. Saka alam mo, as a teacher, yun, sige, dahil nasabi na rin natin sa kanila, so inuulit ko po, please like and share. May nakalimutan ako, post your comments po. Yeah. Kung may tanong po kayo sa ating mga guests, lalo na po sa ating singer, performer, composer na guest, please feel free to post your questions sa ating chat pad po.
Yeah.
So, wag po mahiya.
Don't forget guys to use our hashtag. No, we have our special hashtag for tonight, Entrep Entertainment. So whether you share it or whether you comment, kailangan na meron tayong hashtag. Kasi ito yung magiging basehan natin sa ating papremyo mamaya.
Yes. Oo. Ano ba yung papremyo na yan, Mac? Kwento tayo ng kwento na generous tayo at pero giving tayo. Pero ang papremyo po, yan. Okay? Ang isa po sa papremyo, mga ka-entrep, okay? Dahil ito nga pong kasama ko ay napaka-talented na performer, na voice artist, na voice actor, na dubber, at magician. Mamaya makikita po natin yan. Oo, maghanda po tayong lahat. Tawagin na po ang lahat ng kapitbahay para mapanood na mag-perform ang aking co-host na si Mac Florendo. Pinapahanda ko lang sila, bro.
Sige.
Okay, ang papremyo po natin, it's gonna be like a deck of cards po. Hindi po siya basta-basta cards kasi yun po ay cards, a deck of cards, magic cards na manggagaling lang naman po sa aking napaka-talented na co-host na si Mac Florendo with his signature on it. O, di ba?
Well, kung
Kumbaga
gusto
sa
nila, di
libro,
ba?
Oo, kumbaga sa libro, meron pa pong signature, di ba? So, mas lalo po kayong gagaling mag-magic. Tapos po, isa pa, syempre, we will be announcing the winner. At isa pa pong prize na makukuha ninyo, you will be having, ito po, napaka-precious po nito kasi isa po sa nabibigay ng mga giving na tao ay gift of time. Di ba, Mac? Mag-agree ka sa akin.
Siyempre
So,
naman.
you will be given not just a deck of cards, you will be given like parang an opportunity. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. It's like a 30-minute talk with the magician.
Yun lang kasi yung may
So,
ibibigay
yun
ko.
po.
So,
Yun po.
So, kailangan nyo ng kausap.
Ako, viewer na yun. Sasali ako. I-share ko talaga itong episode na to, bro.
Feeling ko ako yung magiging winner kasi kailangan ko ng kausap.
Ayun. So narinig niyo po ang aking ka-partner, no? Ang aking co-host.
Isa lang po yan.
Seriously
Isa lang po yan. Sa mga pa-premyo. Marami pang pa-premyo. Kaya dapat
marami pa.
mag-stay sila.
Oo, marami pa. Saka, isa pa, pipili rin tayo ng winner, no? Magbibigay tayo ng turmeric tea sponsored to us by my dear friend, no? Kasi alam mo yung mga singers, katulad nung, sigurado mag-agree sa akin yung guest natin, na kailangan natin ng pag-aalaga ng vocal cords natin, ng mga boses natin. So, we will be giving also turmeric tea. Yan. Organic tea po yan. So, sponsored by Terra Nutra. Yan. So, nanonood yan. Mamaya, nandiyan na yan. Magko-comment na yung friend ko na yan. Si Terra Nutra Queen Loponsiano.
Nice,
So, yung
nice.
mga prizes natin. Oo, na isa ring negosyante, isa ring ka-entrep.
Tama yan.
Okay.
Alam mo,
Mac,
sobrang intro pa lang yun, pero busog na, no? Pero excited na ako i-share sa inyo ang kung sino ang magiging kasama natin ngayong gabi, no? Actually, gusto ko mag-perform, pero siguro kailangan natin i-delay ng konti siguro.
Okay, pwede
commercial
naman.
break, no? Para mag-stay
Yes,
sila.
pwede.
Alam niyo kung napapansin niyo yung poster, no, na pinost natin kanina lang. Dalawa yung guest natin, mga mabibigat to, no? And yung isa, sobrang bigat, sobrang busy. Hindi siya makadalo ng live. Pero dahil sobrang generous niya, di ba? Sobrang bait, sobrang professional.
Oo.
Actually, nandito siya. Parang magbibigay siya ng... Nandito siya. So, alam mo ba, LA, yung guest natin, sobrang biglaan to kasi alam mo naman sa mundo ng entertainment, may mga nangyayaring unexpected. No?
Yeah,
So
oo naman. Gano'n naman talaga dapat.
Yung isang guest natin, no, meron siyang flight, in a few minutes, meron siyang flight, international flight. Hindi ako nagbibiro. Pero he's here, no? Hindi na natin sasayangin yung oras kasi kailangan niya mag-ano.
Yes, oo.
Kailangan
Let's have him on the show.
Quick shout out, no, sa ating super guest.
Yeah, nakakatuwa.
I think mas okay pag yung guest na natin yung mag-intro.
Alam mo, Mac, yung mga hindi lang ako yung na-surprise, pati yung mga bangs ko.
Ayun lang.
Hindi na mapakalit.
Sobrang excited yan. I think huwag na natin pahabain pa, no?
Yes.
Let's have a quick shout out sa ating guest, Fire Chill, Mr. Ehrlich Ocampo. Let's put him on screen. No?
So, mga ka-Entrep, mga kapatid, kapusat, kapamilya, let's give him a big hand, no? A round of applause. An international performer truly deserves a round of applause. So, hi, Ehrlich. Nice meeting you.
Hi, Ann. Hi, Mac. Thank you for having me here.
Yes, thank you, Ehrlich. Sobrang thank you. Grabe yung ngiti ko. Taga-Pasig ako, pero parang abot Mindanao yung ngiti ko. Sobra. So, sobrang na-surprise din ako. Thank you, Ehrlich. Diba? Na-surprise ako sa sarili kong show. Sarili namin show. So, Ehrlich, thank you, no? Sige, dahil sabi nga ni Ba kanina, ikaw ay lilipad na in a few minutes, no? And we're just really thankful that you have you're gracing our show for tonight. Maraming salamat, kapatid. Sabi ng ating kasama sa CBA, ang pogi naman ni Sir Ehrlich. Diba? Nakakaganda. Ang pogi talaga. At ang pogi at ang talented at ang blessed niya. Ang blessed niya kasi 'di ba Mac, na ikwento sa akin early. Huwag ka mag-alala na i-chismis ka sa akin in a good way, no? So, you've been like really performing for a lot of people, not just in the Philippines, but all over the world, no? So, matanong ko lang early, what is that one thing that keeps you on like really doing what you love to do? Kasi 'di ba sabi nga ng title natin, 'di ba, making money out of what you do or out of your passion. So, you're a very passionate person when it comes to entertaining people. So, what keeps you? What keeps you doing what you really love to do?
I think for me, if you have a mission in life, kahit gano'n kahirap, you will find a way to go through it all.
Yes, ang ganda.
Simple lang, no? Di ba?
Pwede pang title ng pwede pang title ng pelikula, no? Mission through it all. Pwedeng pwede din kanta. Entertainer, performer.
Siguro, LA, siguro gusto kong marinig ng mga viewers natin, bakit ba nandyan si Ehrlich? Bakit ba siya nasa sasakyan? Ano ba yung, saan ba siya pupunta?
Yes.
Ano ba mangyayari? Di ba?
Yes, thank you, Mac. Oo, tama. That's a good question.
Ayun nga, nag-agree ako to be on the show a few weeks ago or last week. Pero the cruise ship company suddenly called me to fly to Dubai to get on the ship. So I said, okay. I'm just saying hi. Nandito ako sa NAIA ngayon. I'll be flying in a few hours.
Nakakatuwa. Kasi alam mo, early,
yeah.
this is the first episode ng entertainment, no, ni EntrepAcademy, no. Pero sobrang nakakatuwa kasi you're making it more special by just really like, doing that effort, no, of being still part of the show ng live. Maraming salamat, bro.
Yeah.
You really
Thank you.
deserve that blessing.
I also want to say na this is proof, guys, if you pursue your passion and you think of how to make it into a business, then you can do this also.
Yun.
Kasi
Travel na lang.
Oo. Kasi, ayan, sabi ni Miss Faith, ng ating kasama sa magaling na host din ng EntrepRadio, no, kasama ni Sir Rene. Sabi ni Miss Faith, ingat po, Sir Ehrlich. Yan, ingat
Thank you
ka
so
daw
much
po.
po, Miss
At maraming salamat. Siguro, dahil you're living on a jet plane. Parang gusto ko kumanta tuloy bigla. You're living on a jet plane, kapatid na Ehrlich, kapatid na performer, no, kapatid na artist. Sige, very quickly lang, no, if they would want to follow you, they would want to know more about you, brother, kasi mamaya papakita naman namin yung video, yung pre-recorded video, no, of you doing the Q&A. Quickly, bro, para lang,
siguro din,
yes.
to add on that, siguro baka meron siyang words, no, for our fellow Filipinos,
Yes,
no?
yes.
Bago siya lumipad, dapat meron siyang maiwan na something na...
I think nasabi ko naman sa interview, pero I just want to say it again. I'm a big believer of Filipino talents. I think the world deserves to see our talent. So, yeah, if we all work on it, the world will see our talent.
Yes, and we really work on it, and we really work on it with so much love and passion. Tama ba ako, Ehrlich?
Yes po, ma'am.
Diba? Alam mo, yung pagka-starstruck ko sa'yo, alam mo, paano pa kaya pag nakita ka namin ng live na nagpo-perform, no? Kasi ang galing-galing niya. Mamaya papakita po namin, no? Saka nakita rin naman nila, ng ibang ka-entrep natin, yung teaser natin, no? So, we showed a clip of one of his performances or a few some of his performances. So, Ehrlich, ang galing-galing mo. Actually, nung kwento pa lang sa akin ni Mac na he's your friend, sabi ko, wow! Sabi ko ganyan. So, mga ka-entrep, sa mga hindi pa po na-check ang pages ni Ehrlich Ocampo, no, Mr. Ehrlich Ocampo. Siya po ay isang flow artist, siya ay isang international circus performer. Di ba? Hindi po basta-basta. Cirque du Soleil lang naman. Tama ba? Sana tama yung pag-pronounce ko. Cirque du Soleil lang naman. Di ba? Oo. So, sa mga hindi, di ba? Sa mga hindi pa po nakaka-experience, hindi pa natin ma-experience, so makapanood ng ganon. And it's ng live, di ba? Ng live performances. Ewan ko, baka po yung kapartner ko, nagpa-travel po to pre-pandemic. So, baka nakapanood na siya ng mga ganong show. Pero sa mga hindi po nakakapanood ng mga ganong klase ng show, no, it's really a big thing. Okay, not just to performers like us, but to everyone, and knowing that there's a Filipino like Ehrlich Ocampo, diba? Proudly.
So I think we wouldn't take much of your time, Ehrlich. Where can they find you? Facebook, Instagram, website?
Yes, please,
Para update sila sa travel mo.
Yeah, you can find my website, www.firechill.ph. So firechill.ph. Lahat ng Facebook ko, Instagram, even TikTok, it's also firechill.ph.
Ang galing. Ang tali naman po tandaan, diba? Fire. Diba? Because he has been ignited by the passion with the things that he does. Tama ba ako? Tapos,
at
the same time, chill lang din siya. Lalo na ganyan, lilipad siya in a few minutes. Tapos, nag-guest, di ba? San ka pa? Nag-guest sa show katulad ng EntrepAcademy. So, yan, may flash lang natin, no? Sabi ni Ma'am Gladys, more lessons to share pa po sa amin. Oh yes, I know, Miss Gladys, no? And sabi rin ni Miss Faith, thank you for watching us, Miss Gladys. Please share this episode. Sabi ni Miss Faith, your talent is truly world-class. Amazing and super rare ng acne, Sir Ehrlich. Oo naman.
Papanood natin yan mamaya. May mga ilang tips na ipapakita natin.
Oo. Ehrlich, sobrang thank you. Ako, sabi ko nga kay Mac, natutuwa ako, kinilig ako kasi we're schoolmates, no? So, pareho kami, Mac, na so, hindi naman sa parang lalo ako naging proud. Kasi, yun nga, parang, siguro nakikita na kitang nagpa-perform, senior mo ko, siguro nakikita, na siya, sa Lingawi dancer ka nung college, no? So, baka nakikita ko na nagpa-perform sa UAP. Tama ba ako, Ehrlich? So, ngayon,
yes,
na nakita kita at nakilala kita, tapos nandito ka pa sa show, sobrang tuwang-tuwa talaga ako. Grabe. Parang feeling ko, hindi ako magdi-dinner na mga ilang araw. Joke lang. Joke ako ba sa Entrep? Na sobrang busog po yung puso ko. Pero, once again, Ehrlich, sobrang, Mr. Firechill, Mr. Talented, sobrang thank you. And I want to call you blessed. Sobrang blessed ka. More blessings, brother. God bless.
Thank you for giving me the platform also to share what I know.
Of course, kailangan natin yan, no? Lalo na sa mga kapwa Pilipino.
Oo, lalo na during these times. And ayan, no, ang ating isang viewer din, I know, Teacher LA. Oo, so thank you. Yes, we know, right?
Yan, so kailangan na yata mag-ready ni Ehrlich, no?
Oo, Ehrlich.
Bro, yes, I will go and check in.
Super thank you.
Handshake. Salamat ka pa. Thank you. God bless. Ingat ka, bro.
Ingat sa biyahe.
Bye.
God bless.
Thank you.
Bye. Ayan, so kung gusto nyo maging updated, no? Kung gusto nyo maging updated sa biyahe niya, sa lahat ng mga gigs niya, again, it's firechill.ph sa lahat ng social media. Pasensya na sa intermission, alam nyo naman, di ba? Kailangan bumiyaya ng ating guest. Pero mamaya, we will learn more about what he does. And may magpapakita siya ng sample sa kanyang mga video. Ayan.
Uy, nakakatuwa. Alam mo yung nag-comment kanina, she's a friend, no? She's a friend, tapos siguro nagkataon din, nagulat siya na yung guest natin ay kilala niya rin. Nakakatuwa. Diba? It's really a small world nga, sabi nga Mac, diba? It's really a small world. Okay, it's a small world and it's a world full of talented people. Mac, naputol yung sinasabi natin kanina, no? Pero tuloy natin, bakit nga ba tayo nandito sa EntrepAcademy and we are the host of this show, no? So, hindi niyo po natatanong, ito pong kasama ko, kwartahan naman natin sila, Mac, no? Before tayo mag-continue sa ating learning, sa ating show, a little something about my co-host ko. So, kung okay lang, Mac, pwedeng kwentuhan natin sila konti. O kasi ako kilala na kita, di ba? Yung ibang ka-entrep natin, lalo na yung mga kasama natin sa Creative Voices, lalong-lalo na syempre sa ating the one and only voice master, Sir Pocholo de Leon Gonzalez. Magandang gabi po, Sir Choi. na-feature sa isang noontime show kahapon.
Oo nga, no? Galing-galing ni Sir. Talaga. Alright, so medyo hindi na gumagalaw si LA, no? So, nabanggit niya kanina, bakit ba kami nandito? Ba't ba ako yung host? Si LA host.
Oo naman.
So, simple lang naman. Hindi ko alam din bakit. Hindi ko rin alam bakit. Pero, the reason why is, I'm super fascinated about production work, no? Production work, performing, lahat ng nangyayari sa TV, radio, kahit saan ngayon, sa smartphone, sa internet. So, ako mismo, sobrang natutuwa lang ako sa kahit ano ko makita. At some point, sabi ko, gusto ko rin gawin yun. Gusto ko rin mag-perform. Gusto ko rin gayahin yung boses niya. Gusto ko rin ganyan.
Yeah. So, yun yung gusto mong gawin before.
So, from, hindi ko alam, naging obsession siya eh. Hanggang sa naging passion, hanggang sa tinuloy.
In a good way.
Yeah. So, ano pa bang gusto nilang malaman sa akin?
hanggang napunta ka sa masaya at malaking pamilya natin sa CVAC, di ba?
Tama. So,
sa Certified Voice Acting Program na magkakaroon na po ng Batch 8. Gusto lang po namin i-announce.
Malapit na.
Malapit na po yung Batch 8. So, si Mac po ay from the Batch 3. Ako naman po ay from the Batch 4 ng Certified Voice Acting Program.
Tuloy-tuloy
headed by Sir Pocholo. Sir Pocholo de Leon Gonzalez. So, sa mga ka-entre po natin na interested na maging voice artist, maging voice talent, kasama na dyan ang pagiging host, ang pagiging dubber, katulad ng po magaling kong co-host, isang magaling na dubber po. Pagiging voice artist, marami po tayong matututunan straight from the voice master, Sir Pocholo de Leon Gonzalez. So it will be on July 10, 2021. So nakikita po natin dyan na nagpa-flash ngayon sa screen. Okay? So, yan, Mac.
Yes.
Panigurado, merong magiging interesadong ka-entrep natin dyan. Kasi kung talented ka, mas lalo pang gusto mo maging talented. So, yun naman. Ako, if you may allow me, no, Mac. Ganon. Ako, tingin ko, kumakanta na ako bata pa. Okay lang, Mac? Ikakwento ko na yung 2-hour kong kwento. Joke lang po mga ka-entrep. So, inuulit ko po, if you are watching this show tonight and you are feeling blessed and you are feeling like really, really entertained, please share. Please post your comments and please put the hashtag Entrep. Am I correct? Entrep Entertainment. Am I correct, brother?
Yes.
Special hashtag po yan ng ating episode.
Entrep Entertainment.
Yes, and entertainment. So, Entrep Entertainment. So, yung po mananalo po ng prize, kailangan syempre, you post it with that hashtag. At yun, kailangan po makita po namin na pinost nyo siya sa kanya-kanya po social media account. Lalo na sa FB. Okay, so yun nga, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, diba? You couldn't just get enough of everything that you would want to learn. So ako po, bata pa lang po ako, kumakanta sa simbahan, kumakanta sa school, kumakanta sa family gatherings, hanggang pag-college ko, hindi ko po nagawang mag-take ng course na gusto ko. Okay, na related sa music. So, tingin ko, pareho kami nung isang guest natin mamaya na sobrang hilig sa music. Yun yung po natatanong, ito pong co-host ko ay hindi lang isang magician, pero may hilig din po sa music. So, marami naman po sa atin, iba yung mahilig sa music. Pero ako, parang hindi ako makontento ng kumakanta lang ako ng may -1. Hindi ko na po sasabihin yung edad ko. Basta nung mga time na yon, mga -1, mga cassette tape yung ginagamit ko para po mag-practice kumanta. Hanggang nakita ko yung isang job opportunity in this school for talent. So, it's a Center for Pop Music Philippines. So, I applied for the job. Hindi para lang maging coach. Pero, nag-apply ako para mas matuto pa akong kumanta. Kasi di ba gano'n naman yung dapat, Mac? Parang dapat yung learning, hindi siya natitigil. Tapos yung pag-practice mo, dapat ginugusto mo laging mas matuto sa mga taong mas marunong sa'yo. Diba? Oo. And because of that, diba, dapat naman gano'n talaga yung attitude natin when it comes to honing our talent. So, dahil po napunta po ako doon, so na-introduce din ako sa pagiging host, sa pag-direct ng shows, hanggang napunta po ako sa pag-events host ko. And I'm just really thankful. Napunta po ako sa isang organization, and that is the Microphone Club. Na meron din kaming show sa BJ. So mamaya po promote ko yan. At napunta ako sa family ng Certified Voice Artist Program. At doon ko na po nakilala tong co-host ko na to at maraming talented na tao, lalong-lalo na yung mga parte ng EntrepAcademy. So muli, lagi naman natin sinasabi to sa kanya. Pero Sir Choi, maraming salamat po. So sa mga gusto pong matuto kay the one and only voice master, kayo po ay kontakin niyo na po si Miss Nikki Esmero. Magandang gabi, Miss Nikki. Our program director. Please let yourselves be trained more through the program. So yun lang naman, Mac. Okay, so yan na. So what do we have for them? Kasi excited na yung mga natin. Excited na ang ating mga
Actually, di ba, no? Meron tayong dalawang guest. Excited din ako ma-meet to. Kasi itong guest naman natin is friend mo na makilala, di ba? So, ang galing to.
di ba? Ang galing.
Ang ganda ng network na nabibuild natin. No? So, performer, magician, voice artist, singer.
Yeah.
And I think, excited na ako i-introduce siya, no?
Yeah.
So, our guest, no? Meron na, introduce na natin yung kanina. But our next guest is a singer, songwriter, best known for his composition, Pwede Bang Ako Na Lang Ulit?
Wow. Parang gusto kong kantahin yan. Pwede bang ako na lang ulit?
So this song was interpreted by Bugoy Drilon.
Yeah.
And he's one of the vocalists of pop OPM group The Boxers Band, kung familiar kayo dyan. So the best known for their hit song, Sasakyan Kita. Diba?
Oo, di ba? Maraming may alam yan. Ako, mga ka-entrep, alam niyo po yan. Huwag na po i-deny. Ako hindi ko na i-deny. Naabutan ko yan.
Kasama nila dyan si Miss K. Brosas, no? Sa band.
Si Miss K. Brosas lang naman. Si Miss K. Yun ang tawag nila dyan kay Miss K.
Aside from being a singer-songwriter, he's also an accomplished vocal arranger. He's a voice coach and background vocalist who has written 3 #1 OPM hit songs. Yeah? His song compositions have been streamed a total of almost 20 million times on different digital and online platforms worldwide, guys. International na naman ito.
Diba, gano'n talaga yung mga guests natin, international. Worldwide. Oo, mga ka-entrep.
Sino ba tong guest na to? I think much better pag ikaw na nag-introduce kasi kilala mo ito. No?
Oo, sinabi mo na rin, diba? He's from Ehrlich na sobrang passionate din in what he's been doing, no, when it comes to talent. Alam mo, napapatingin ako sa comment box natin. Tuwan-tuwa ako kasi ang daming nanonood sa atin ng mga kapatid natin sa CBA. Maraming salamat sa panonood. So, please
kilala na
share this episode. Si Just Camsol, isa ring talented na brother natin yan. So, yeah. So, you've said it right. No? He's very talented. Ang ating susunod na guest, sabi ni Miss Karen. Hi, Miss Karen. Thank you. Napaka-talented din, Miss Karen. Sino ba yan? He's a singer. He's a performer. And he's really passionate. At ang maganda sa kanya, Mac, tuturuan niya tayo or i-share niya sa atin mamaya. No? So, what he's been doing para ngayong trying times na to, which we call pandemic, no? Ay tayong lahat ay mas mag-thrive. Okay? So, I would like to present. We would like to present, okay, our one of our guests for tonight, okay, the very talented, yes, a great composer, songwriter. He's none other than Mr. Jeff Cifra.
Everyone! Ayan, everybody say hello! Good evening sa ating lahat. Hello, Mac. Hi, Lady. Hello, everyone. And to Rene and to Faith backstage. Hello, and to everyone watching. Magandang gabi sa ating lahat. Share nyo na po yung live, ha? I-share nyo lang, i-share yung live para mas dumami pa tayo. Di ba? Para hindi tayo lang yung nagkakaalaman sa isa't isa.
Yes.
There you go!
So, di ba? Ayos talaga, Mac. Ayos talaga itong kaibigan natin.
Ang ganda ng energy na dala ni Sir Jeff.
Ano naman nangyayari?
Parang hindi lang siya sanay sa boses, parang sanay sa camera, no? Parang, share.
Sanay talaga.
Kailangan. Ay, ako yung best friend cat ko, nandiyan, no? Nanonood silang lahat.
Maraming sumusuporta rin kay Jeff. Jeff, maraming salamat sa pag-aantay sa ating virtual backstage. Maraming salamat, Jeff.
Kung mapapansin nyo, hindi na nga pantay yung kulay ng mukha ko kasi wala na akong makeup sa noo.
O, di ba tignan yung mga
Kasi
ka-entrep?
namulas
Na hindi po kayo na-entertain lang sa talent niya sa pagkanta at sa pagsulat ng kanta. He is really a positive, yes, he's giving such positive energy. Kasi hindi natin
Ang
natatanong.
hirap na ng
Siyempre,
buhay
isa din magaling
ngayon.
ako. So,
Tsaka ang hirap na
diba?
ng buhay ngayon. Huwag na natin pahirapan pa ang isa't isa. Sa
Oo
totoo
nga
lang.
naman. Totoo yan.
Napakahirap na. So,
Ay,
it's up to you. Di ba? So, ano bang maitutulong ko ngayon sa inyo at may naimbitahan nyo dito sa inyong sa inyong munting tindahan? Ano bang, wala na bang tanduay? Ganyan? Wala na bang red horse? Ano, wala na bang yellow?
Ubusan na.
Yun, so, magandang gabi, Jeff.
Ano ba maipaglilingkod ko sa inyo?
Yun, Jeff, at marami ka maipaglilingkod sa amin, no? At sa ating mga ka-entrep. So, yeah, ngayon po ay kita niyo po kami nga po mga host ng show na ito ay nai-entertain.
Di ba nga?
Sa portfolio pala ng tao na to, sa mga achievements pa lang yan, sobrang na akong entertained, no? So,
parang hindi
mas
sa
lalo
akin,
pa tayo
di ba?
ma-entertain.
Yung mga achievements ko parang hindi akin, di ba? Pag binasa yung achievements mo, tapos nakita mo yung itsura ko, sa kanya yun? Parang ganun, di ba?
Grabe naman.
Talaga
Siyempre
yun.
sa'yo yun.
Yan. Sa'yo yan. At alam mo,
Oo naman, no?
yan. Katulad ng napakaganda mong halaman dyan sa likod, no?
Naku, binibenta ko yan, imayin nyo lang. Diyos ko, sa tamang halaga. Diyos ko, pati halaman ng kapitbahay, padadala ko sa inyo. Pandemya.
Magla-live selling ka na rin ba?
Live selling pala.
Oo, live selling na ng mga halaman. So, seriously, no?
Go ahead.
Jeff, yun, sige. I'll go ahead. So, alis na.
Yes.
Joke lang, Jeff. Joke lang, Jeff. So, yun lang. So, si Jeff kasi, no, maikwento ko lang na konti-konti din. Sinabi mo nga, ang mga guests natin ngayon, kanina si Ehrlich ay kaibigan mo, kapwa flow artist mo. Si Jeff naman ay kapwa events host ko at kapwa singer. Okay, so si Jeff, kahit beginners ko na siya sa isang show ko before, no, sa The Microphone Club online show, no, mga ka-entrep, na i-guest na po namin doon si Jeff. And sabi ko talaga sa sarili ko, sabi ko kay Mac, gusto ko siya ulit i-guest. Kasi marami talaga tayo matututunan dito sa tao na to. So, okay lang ba sa'yo, Jeff? Extend natin yung show mga hanggang 12
Ito sa tamang halaga, wala namang hindi na pag-uusap. Wala bang bayad to? Oh my God! May lakad pala ako. Pero charot lang po, charot lang.
Well, meron kaming turmeric drink na pwedeng ipamigay.
Oo, naibibigay.
Pwede naman ako maging reseller ng turmeric. Kayo naman. Total entrep to, di ba? Pagkakitaan
pwede,
din, di ba?
Papadala kita, tapos pwede ka na rin maging reseller. So, Miss Lopochano, nanonood ka, ang aking businesswoman friend na yan.
Tumatawa yung mga host, pati yung mga tao sa backstage nagtatawanan. So, ano to?
So, ayan.
So, ano ginagawa natin yan?
So, ganito. Ang saya naman ang episode na ito. Grabe.
Ay, Janya Gabriel. Ayan.
Oh, yan. Ayan ang mga fans ni Jeff. No, so,
mga friends,
lang,
kapatid.
Oo, kasi kami ni Jeff, nagkakilala kami yan. Lagi kong pinaalala ko na to sa kanya last time, through chat. Papaalala ko ulit ngayon. Kami ni Jeff ay nagkakilala sa isang event sa Subic. No? So, it's an event by hindi ko na babanggitin yung
Subic.
company kasi hindi
Subic
pa natin
po,
sila
by Subic.
sponsor. Oo, basta ano siya, restaurant. Chain of restaurant siya, no? So, ako ang host ng event na yon kasama ang dalawang DJ na nai-guest na rin namin sa The Microphone Club online show. Oo. So, si Jeff noon ay vocalist ng band. I'm not sure if it's already the Boxers, no?
No,
pero
not yet.
Jeff, not yet, no? So, yun. Tapos sabi niya sa akin, Miss Lady talaga. So, Lady Ann po kasi talaga yung pangalan ko.
Miss Lady?
So,
Wala namang Mr. Lady, di ba? Mr. Lady. Parang
hirap naman yung ganun nga, no?
Ginoong Lady.
Kasi, yun. So, Miss LA. So, sabi niya, kakanta daw kami. So, sabi ko, naku, galing-galing kumanta, Mac. Sabihan ka ba naman, kakanta daw kami. Kung ano daw yung pwede kong kantahin. O, yun. So, nakaduet ko na tong tao na to. At sobrang, I feel pressured in a good way and honored.
Thank you.
So, dahil dyan, salamat dyan sa opportunity na yan, no? Doon sa nag-invite sa akin na maging host. Kasi nakilala ko tong tao na to. Kasi ganun naman yun, di ba? You're always like being linked or connected to people who are also with the same passion. that you do.
Alam mo,
So,
now that we're talking about entrepreneurship, di ba? I really think that life, like entrepreneurship, is a succession of chain of events of kindnesses. Ang buhay ay magkakatali ng mabubuting gawain ng kapwa mo para sa sarili mo. Life is a chain of kindnesses. And you know, I am obligated to do kindnesses because I wouldn't be here if certain people in my life were not kind. So, you know, so life is a season, it's a chain of kindnesses. It's a succession of acts of kindnesses. And another thing is that life is filled with second chances. So if at first you don't succeed, you have to dust it off and stand up and do it again. So, you know, you have to be kind, and at the same time, you have to be bold. So, hindi pwedeng bait-baitan pa, sweet-sweetan ka lang. Dapat, di ba? If you have the opportunity and you have the capacity to grab it, just grab it. Yung nandyan na, kung kaya mo naman. Di ba sabi nga nila, say yes now, figure it out later.
Grabe, Mac, nag-uumpisa pa lang tayo.
Nag-uumpisa pa lang tayo, di ba?
Nag-uumpisa pa lang tayo. Pero grabe, di ba? Life is a chain of kindnesses. Ganda, grabe. Di ba? Sobrang galing. Di ba? Only from Mr. Jeff Cifra. Pero alam mo, Jeff, maraming salamat to. More of these learnings. Kasi si Mac, may tatanong siya sa'yo. So,
sige nga, go.
Co-host, Mr. Magician.
Diba syempre, ngayon ko pala nakilala Sir Jeff. And I think most of our viewers ay siguro mga entertainers na hindi pa sila sigurado kung ipupush ba nila or maghanap na ng kahit anong trabaho. Lalo na ngayong pandemic, sobrang lost ang mga tao. Lalo sa ating mga kapwa ng mga artist performers.
Right.
But we want to learn more about you. Parang magsimula tayo sa simula. Paano ba nagsimula yung interest nyo sa pag-perform, sa pagsusulat? And just take us through your journey, no? From beginning and then at some point nababayaran or may mga racket na. How did that go po?
So, I was born in 1982. Masyadong simula?
Simulang.
Masyadong simula
ng parents mo.
Sorry, mali ako. Sorry, mali ako. Ay, Bobby Kek. Mali ako. Masyadong wala simula yung born in 1982. No, by profession, I'm actually a business administration graduate from UP Diliman. So, by profession, I'm a management student. No, you can't say that's a profession. What I mean to say is, gumraduate ako as a management student. Yung una kong mga trabaho talaga is related to finance and to banking. At some point, I did marketing and retail. Very corporate talaga. I also have a few units of MBA. I think 2 semesters ako nag-MBA pero hindi ko na natuloy. Parang ganon. So I don't remember. That was a long time ago. Probably a decade. So, the passion for the singing started as a young kid talaga. Gusto ko na kumanta. But I never thought that I would pursue it as a career.
Right.
I never thought I would pursue it as a career. I just wanted to sing. But to make a living out of it was really distant in my head. Hindi ko siya naisip. It wasn't until when I was rejected many times na dun tumibay yung loob ko. Kaya guys, sa mga nakikinig dyan, rejection is not always bad. Kasi when you are rejected many times and then you refuse to believe those rejections, it's when you really start trying to make ways for yourself. Kasi back in the day, you are rejected because you are not accepted in auditions or on the channels na akala mo doon ka lang pwede lumusot. Pero kapag gusto mo talaga i-pursue ang isang bagay, hahanap ka ng paraan to get to the other side without having to pass through the channels you were rejected to or with. So, I think doon ako nagsimula. My first paid job as a singer, I was a vocal coach first sa Center for Pop. That was 2004. Yun talaga yun. As a coach.
pala.
Diba? But as a performer, my first competition was with Joshua Tree Band. We were a acid jazz funk band. And we competed in RX band. I was 17 and I was singing acid jazz. I didn't know what it meant. I didn't know what it was. But they were so happy because I could do the things that they needed me to do with my voice. Ano ba yun? They just asked me na, do this run, do these notes, then I would do it.
Yes.
So that was the first,
you could do it right away.
With accuracy. That's what really made them happy. Kasi you have to have level accuracy to do it. Kasi jazz is really about accuracy. And rhythm. Diba? So ayun,
pagkatapos kind of music.
Right. Tapos nung lumaon, ayun na nga, sa ang unang-unang paid job ko as a vocalist for a band, binayaran ako ng isang bandihadong pansit. Yun talaga yung nagbarka hanggang ngayon sa isip ko. Na parang pagkatapos ng gig namin, binigyan ako ng isang bandehan ng pansit. O kumain na kayo. Sabi ko, ito na yun. Tapos tumatak siya sa isip ko hanggang ngayon. Sabi kong ganun. Sa afternoon, syempre nag-pursue tayo. We worked harder. And again, if opportunities are not presented right there in front of you, sometimes you have to create them. Right. Sometimes you really have to. If you have the means to create or to find a different way to get to that opportunity, you have to do it for yourself. Parang gano'n. May comment
quick question lang, no? Kasi I think marami makaka-relate sa question na to. Na how was the transition from corporate to, di ba sabi mo, hindi mo naman siya kinonsider na gawing full-time career yung singing at that time. Paano yung transition? Paano yung leap?
Wala nga actually eh. Actually wala. I just decided to sing.
Paano?
I just decided to sing. Literally, I decided to sing. And sometimes that's all you have to do. You just have to do it. Because most of the time, nauubos ang oras natin kakaiyak. Most of the time, nauubos yung oras mo anong gagawin ko? Paano ko? Hindi ko naman kaya gawin yun. Hindi ko naman alam. Di ba? Nauubos yung oras mong kakaganon. Well, in fact, all you have to do is do it. Just do it.
Do your thing, di ba?
I looked for somebody who needed a vocalist. They hired me for a night. They tested me. They didn't like me. And then I tried again. It was, alam mo yun, hanggang sa, na-reject na ako ilang ulit. I-reject yun ako. Di naman pala nakakamatay. I'm sorry for the word, pero hindi siya rejection does not kill. So, okay lang pala ma-reject. Ulitin natin yung proseso. Hanggang sa, hindi sa kumapala mukha mo, pero tumiba yung puso mo. Na rejection is not a bad thing. It's a reality of life. Kasi rejection lang naman yung diba? Tawag dito, yung talagang single biggest thing na kinakatakutan mo eh. Ay, hindi ako matatanggap, mapapahiya.
Hindi nagko-try yung iba.
So, yun.
Hindi ako dyan in some way.
Diba? So, to answer Mac's question, yun talaga, I just decided I wanna sing. Even if people don't want to hear me, I'll sing. Ganun na yung mindset ko during that time.
Yeah.
Yun na yun.
Yun yung pinaka, natural sa yun eh. So might as well, i-push mo na, di ba?
Yes, it's the easiest thing for me to do. Oo. Exactly. Singing is the easiest thing for me to do. Well, not now anymore kasi syempre kakaedad na tayo, di ba? So, but it's the easiest thing for me to do. So I had to do it. So, yeah.
Yes. Oo. Tapos, di ba, natanong natin sa kanya yun, yung experience niya kung paano siya naging singer, paano siya napunta sa industriya na yan, no? Ng pag-awit, okay? Kung okay lang, Jeff, kwentuhan mo naman din kami, paano ka naman napunta sa songwriting? Yung pagiging composer mo naman, no? Kasi binanggit namin kanina na he's a Himig Handog finalist, tama ba ako, Jeff?
Yes, thank you, yes.
Diba? Talagang well-acclaimed tong guest natin.
Hindi naman. Sila lang.
Sila lang. Diba? Yan ang resulta ng parang sinusuong lahat or sinusubukan lang ng sinusubukan. Diba? Kaya hindi naman talaga magiging achiever kung
sa songwriting, siguro, to answer your question, ang ko nun was, for a good while, all of my songs were written during a time I couldn't play any instrument. But I could sing the melodies. And normally, the lyrics are attached to the melody. Somebody asked me the same question a few days ago. My lyrics are usually attached to melodies. So when I write songs, usually the melodies already have lyrics. Hindi pwedeng mauna laging lyrics. Well, minsan nangyayari, pero sa akin talaga, mas madalas nauna yung melodies. Noong mga panahon na to, hindi pa ako marunong magsulat or gumamit ng kahit ng instrumento. But I just kept on writing. I would keep it right. I would keep my phone or whatever recording device I have right beside my bed because the best melodies are heard when you're about to sleep or when you just woke up. And if you lost a melody, you lose it forever. Well, that's me. If I lost the melody, I don't hear it back. So, ganun siya. Ayun. So, there.
Okay yun, no? Kasi usually, yung iba, they're good at writing, di ba? Lalo na yung mga talagang very good writers, no? And passionate din sa pagsusulat. Iniisip nila, like ako, pag sinasabi sa akin na, uy, mag-compose ka ng kanta, lagi ko sasabihin, hindi ako marunong kahit anong instrument. Hindi ko natapos yung piano lessons ko nung bata. So,
I was rejected, again, to everyone
Sige lang.
listening,
Sige lang, Jeff.
I was rejected at the Conservatory of Music school. I was starting to do solfeo. Mahina talaga ako sa sight reading at talagang napakahina ko. And as I was trying on my second try, I was interrupted abruptly and rudely interrupted in between, and I was told na, thank you, sir, I was just trying to, I was saying that, no, I think you heard enough.
Yeah.
You may leave.
Yeah.
Yun ang sinabi sa akin.
Solfege is the reading of notes.
Nag-stick yun sa isip ko. Hindi ako galit. Pero siyempre sa isip ko, sabi ko, I can't stop.
Yeah.
I couldn't take it personally. Hindi siya masamang tao. Hindi masama yung sinabi niya sa akin. Kaya lang, at that time, yung skill level ko, hindi pa akma para tanggapin ako sa conservatory na yon. At until now naman, hindi pa rin ako nakapag-conservatory. Oo, ganun yun. Kasi, if you take everything personally, walang mangyayari. Wala kang room for growth. Kung puro awa sa sarili, masasaktan ka. At some point, you really just have to roll with the punches and decide that you wanna be better. Parang ganon.
Ako yun, roll with the punches. Oo, so maraming punches na yan. na hinarap si Jeff bago siya naging ganyan kagaling. So, yun nga, yung sabi nga natin na siya, kahit na walang, yung pala mga ka-entrep, so, ganun diba, minsan, we stop ourselves from doing something kasi laging may obstacle, laging may reason. Hindi ako pwede kasi hindi ako graduate ng music, hindi ako pwede dyan kasi hindi ako napag-voice lessons kung bata ako, hindi ako ganun kagaling kumanta, kahit na binibigyan ka na ng, kahit may lumalapit ng recording company.
Normally, alam mo yan, lady, kung mapapansin mo, lahat ng sinasabi mo, ikaw lang ang nagsasabi sa sarili mo. Walang galing sa ibang tao. Lahat ng limitations mo ang nagsiset sa'yo sarili mo. Parang negosyo yan. Sino magdadrive? Saan ako bibili? Paano ako bibili? Hindi ko naman kaya gumising ng umaga. Wala naman akong tauhan, wala akong kapital. Ganon din siya, parang negosyo rin siya.
Yes.
Diba? So, alam mo yun, yung parang at some point, you really have to wake up and tell yourself na I can do this. I'll say yes now and I'll figure it out later. Ganon lagi. Kahit yun lagi ang atake mo. I'll say it now. Okay, yes tayo ngayon. I'll learn it on the way. Parang ganon.
Galing. Galing, di ba, Mac? Di ba? O sa mga ka-entrep, tandaan po natin yan, di ba?
Bye, Faith.
You just say yes, tapos you figure it out along the way.
Yes, you'll have to. Pero it doesn't mean na hindi ako natatakot, May takot pa rin ako until now.
So you're like doing it afraid. Tama ba, Jeff?
Yeah. You have to do it afraid. You have to do it sad. You have to do it afraid. You have to do it crying. You have to do it in pain. You have to go ahead. Ganun talaga.
You have to show up. Lalo na sa ating mga katulad natin ng mga performer, mga
the
host,
world will not wait for you. The
Yeah.
world will not wait
Galing
for you to heal. The world will not wait for you to get better. Kailangan matuto kang sumabay sa pag-ikot ng mundo because not everyone will adjust to your ano man yung limitasyon mo. I'm not saying you can't be kind, but at some point you'll have to decide you want to become better. At some point, you really have to. Because I know what I'm talking about because this year was very tough for me. Ikaw, Facebook friend kita. We have lost family in we have lost 3 very close family members in less than 6 months. I was tested COVID positive. I was mild to moderate, kaya yung boses ko nagbago drastically. I could hear that the edges of my voice haven't come back and yung breathing patterns ko nagbago. But I have to sing again. Wala tayong magagawa. Kailangan ko lumaban. Hindi ko pwede kaawaan yung sarili ko. Pero again, I can only talk from my perspective. Hindi ko pwede maliitin yung nagdaraanan ng bawat tao kasi hindi ko alam kung anong pinanggagalingan nila. I can only talk based on my experience.
On your experience. And talking about experience, lalo na ngayong trying times, ngayong challenging times. So, yun nga, di ba, Mac, narinig mo? Yeah, Jeff has lost the family member, So, we are really like sending our condolences to your family.
Thank you.
So, pero yun nga, Mac, we're really so blessed kasi diba, tingnan mo, si Jeff, magsabi ko na, can you be one of our guests? Sabi niya, balikan kita within the day. Pero talaga ako nagdadasal nun. Sabi na talaga ako nagdadasal ng Lord. Pipuin niyo po ang puso ni Jeff. Gusto ko pa po talagang marinig na mga ka-entrep namin yung mga matututunan sa kanya. Yes, Mac.
Grabe, meron na-realize bago lang. Di ba, you mentioned na na-invite mo si Sir Jeff within the day. Tingnan mo yung sitwasyon na nangyari kay kay Ehrlich, no? May flight siya ngayong araw, ngayong hour na to. But it's
Yeah,
a matter of showing up. Yun lang yung
Yes.
sikreto dun. You just have to be there.
you have to show up. If
Yun
you
lang
say, what do you call this? The performing arts in whatever medium or in whatever medium, in whatever discipline you are in, like business takes a lot of discipline.
True.
Because disiplina po ang pundasyon ng professionalism. Discipline is the foundation of professionalism. Kung wala po kayong disiplina, paano ka magiging professional? Lahat po ng uri ng trabaho, you have to carry out with two things, dignity and professionalism. Wala pong mababang trabaho. Kaya ang taong tumitingin sa trabaho ng tao para manukat, masama po ugali nyo. Huwag nyo po isasama sa outing. Charot.
Tinan mo very entertaining siya nga. May sarili siya. May sarili
Charot. Halimbawa, hindi kayo dapat naninino ng tao. I don't know if narinig nyo kasi matandang salita. Hindi kayo dapat naninino ng tao kung anong trabaho niya. Masama po yun. Pantay-pantay po. Ano man po ang trabaho nyo, you have to carry it with two things, dignity and professionalism. As a business owner, those are very important things because from dignity and professionalism, magro-root po dyan ang integridad. Napakahalaga po ng integridad. So, yes, dapat nanggagaling ka sa values lagi eh. Kasi pag galing ka sa values, hindi ka man lalamang ng kapwa. In the long run, makikita ng kapwa mo yan na, etong negosyong to kaya ko pagkatiwalaan to. Pwede ako mag-invest dito. Di ba? Naitatali natin sa negosyo sa Entrep talaga.
Galing talaga.
Galing
talaga ni Jeff. Dahil magaling nga talaga siya, Mac, no? Itanong natin. Yun nga yung sinasabi ko kanina. So, very briefly lang, no, Jeff, no? Para mas marami pa kaming maitanong sa'yo.
Okay.
How are you like really facing your everyday challenges, no? Lalo na ngayon may pandemic. So, anong mga ginagawa ni Jeff Cifra para you would be able to share your talent through the field of entertainment?
Well, we're very happy kasi there are a lot of streaming platforms. That's the first thing. Live streaming has become an outlet, not only an outlet, but a new means of kabuhayan for a lot of us.
Exactly.
That's why we respect and we value these things. Right now, personally, if you ask me, of course, having had, tatlo nga ang sumama sa ating Panginoon, di ba? Ang ginagawa namin ngayon, we are in the process of recovery. And recovery at our end is, sa akin, on my end, is choosing to be happy. Choosing to do things that make me happy, but make me still responsible. I still work kung kailan ako dapat mag-live stream. I still am going to accept students because my students have been asking me when am I going to accept sessions kasi syempre, medyo malupit naman talaga yung nangyari, di ba? And of course, my voice is recovering pa rin, di ba?
Yes.
So, ayun. So, but what we're doing now is we're trying to focus on recovery. Mahirap tumakbo pag may lagnat ka, di ba?
Yeah,
di ba? Mahirap magsayaw sa ulan kapag meron kang sipon.
Yes.
So, you have to make sure na kung pupunta ka, kasi you can't go to war with what you want. You can only go to war with whatever you have. So right now, I still can't go to war, to the war of life, to the battlefield of life, because I don't have what I need just yet. So I'm just focusing on recovery. Recovery lang.
To have that victory.
I'm taking my sweet time. Ganun lang.
Ang galing naman, Jeff. Oo, kasi importante yun, di ba? Marami tayong naririnig marami tayong nababasa about not just being healthy physically, no, pero lalong-lalo na yung mental health, di ba? So, ang dami natin napapanood, ang dami nating naririnig, ang dami nating nababasa about that. And totoo naman na importante yun. And you really have to like feed your mind and your heart with everything that you need for you to be able to give your best.
Oo, hindi mo pwede ibigay ang wala ka. Hindi mo pwede ibigay ang wala ka. Kahit pagkamatayan tayo rito ngayon, hindi mo kaya ibigay yung wala ka.
Paano naman kung ubos na ako, diba, Jeff?
Diba? Oo, hindi mo talaga kaya ibigay yung wala ka. You can't, paano ba ito sasabihin? People always feel guilty when they have to take care of themselves or when they have to do something that is for them. Ay, sa susunod na lang, unahin ko. Hindi po yun masama, basta wag labis. If you want to do something for yourself because it makes you happy, a pair of shoes every now and then, basta hindi nyo naman po pinangutang ng labis or hindi naman po kapalit ng bayad ng kuryente o kung ano man, hindi po yan masama. Hindi po yan masama. I don't think that it's a bad thing. But you have to take care of yourself. But like what I always say, have fun, choose happiness, but always be responsible. Yun lang.
Oo. Sabi nga, diba? Kasi hindi naman pwedeng tayo lang yung masaya. Kailangan masaya din yung mga tao sa paligid natin.
Oo.
Lalo na pag tayo yung mga entertainers at performers. Diba, Jeff?
Oo naman, totoo yan.
Ayun. O yun, Jeff, ano lang, kung okay lang, no? Kasi yung mga ka-entrep natin.
Ito ba yung
kanina
tinanong
pa
mo sa
natin-
akin sa group chat? Kung pwede na ako kumanta ba? Charot.
Oo.
Yung group chat ko pa, di ba? Tapos i-announce ko rin pala. Wala akong kwentang guess.
Hindi, okay lang yan. Masaya yan. Masaya yan, Jeff. Masaya yan, Jeff.
Guys, may
Lalo
group
mo
chat
pinapasaya. Oo. Kaya tayo lang po nakakaalam. May group chat po kami.
Oo.
So, yung usapan po namin, hindi niyo po malalaman na
unless hindi po ako ang guest. Kapag ako po ang guest, malalaman niyo kung ano yung mga chat.
Yes, na humihingi na po ako ng isang kanta kay Jeff. No? Kasi kanina ko po sinasabi na he's a composer, he's a singer, he's a voice coach. No? So, mamaya, Jeff, di ba, malalaman nila kung saan kanila mas mapupuntahan.
Yes,
Hindi niyo naman po siya pupuntahan sa bahay niya. Pero pwede rin, hindi niyo po yung halaman para sa akin. Lang po. Pero yun nga, Jeff, saan nagagaling mostly yung inspirasyon mo pag gumagawa ka ng kanta? Before you sing for all of us.
Well, like what I said a while ago, I'll go back to what I said, na hindi mo maribigay yung wala ka. So kung ako'y tatanungin mo, I always come from an honest place. I always come from an honest truth. Because I feel like art is an extension of your truth. Ano mang uri ng sining ay extension ng iyong katotohanan. Para sa akin lang yon. Baka mali ako I'm not an expert on that field. Pero my songs are an extension of my truth, of my reality. So unless otherwise I am commissioned to write a song, then whatever you hear from me is something real or something that's happened to me or somebody I know. Because again, I can't give you something that I don't have. I always tell my students that you can't give me something you don't have. But just because you can't give me something you don't have, it makes you less of a performer. Parang gano'n. Kung ano yung meron ka, sa lahat na nakikinig dyan, kung ano po yung meron kayo, pagyamanin nyo po. Huwag nyo pong pilitin maging ibang tao. Kasi wala po tayong maa-achieve kung pipilitin nyo maging iba. Kung ano po yung meron kayo, parang negosyo, palaguin nyo po. Huwag nyo pong pilitin na kumuha ng kung ano sa iba-ibang bagay. Diba po? Pwede naman umutang kung maganda ang credit line. Ay, talaga nagkano gano'n? May gano'n na?
Ay, nako. Tingin ko kay Mac. Tingin ko kay Mac. Ipapalo ka na ni Mac talaga. Pagkatapos. Very entertaining talaga to si Jeff. Sobra. Yun. At dahil very entertaining siya, very talented siya, at pinag-uusapan natin ang pagpapayaman ng talento, payamanin natin lalo ang gabing ito. Okay lang ba, partner, Mr. Mac Florendo? Mac?
Of course, yan ang inaabangan ko.
Pagyamanin natin lalo ang gabi na ito because, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, mga ka-entrep, okay? The man behind the award-winning songs, no? Like katulad ng sinabi natin kanina na kinumpos niya, he will be giving us a song number for tonight, a very special song number. So, let's give it up for Mr. Jeff Cifra.
Thank you. The song I'm about to do for you, is my dad's favorite song of all time. He always says that. Of all the songs that I've written, this is his favorite. And this reached number 3 on the iTunes daily chart. And that week was the highest OPM song of the week, which makes it the number 1 OPM song of that week for that particular moment. And I'd like to do it for all of you. This is from the BL series, limited edition, directed by Jill Singson Ordaneta and produced by Bagrais TV. But I just want to say hi to my best friend Kat, Eric, Anak Eric, Mami King, and Janya, and all my friends watching, and my mom. This is Kapag Kapiling Ka. Please let me know if you can hear the music. I hope you guys can hear the music. You can hear it well. Sino ba ang makapagsasabi nito sa atin? Kung sino nga ba ang dapat na tamang mahalin? Hindi mapipili ng isip kung sino nga bang tama, kung kanino mo madarama tunay na pagsinta. Hindi ko inaasahan pagdating ng tulad mo. At kahit pa sabi nila, hindi to wasto, pilit kong ipaglalaban ang ating pagmamahalan. Kahit na umabot pa ito hanggang walang hanggan. Itong aking nadarama, ang buhay ko'y sumisigla. Sa tuwing kayo'y naririto, nabubuo ang aking mundo. Ang puso ko'y nabubuhay, ang tangi kong minamahal. Thank you, guys. Ikaw ang siyang sinisinta, ang tunay na ligaya kapag kapiling ka. Ang puso ko'y nabubuhay, ang tangi kong minamahal. Ikaw ang siyang sinisinta, ang tunay na ligaya kapag kapiling ka. Itutuloy ko ang pag-irog sa iyong mundo'y inog, di ka na mag-iisa hanggang wakas na yung dalawa. Giliw, huwag kang mag-alala, hindi ako magsasawa kahit ilan pa bang ulit di mapapagwan na ibigin. Sa piling mo, ang puso ko'y nabubuhay pagkat ikaw ang tangi kong minamahal habang buhay. Ikaw ang siyang sinisinta, ang puso ko'y nabubuhay, ang tangi kong minamahal. Hey, Jocks, love you. Ikaw ang siyang sinisinta, ang tunay na ligaya kapag kapiling ka. Kapag kapiling ka, kapag kapiling ka, ang tunay na ligaya kapag kapiling ka. Thank you. Woo! Thank you, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you.
Oh, ang galing-galing.
Ay, thank you.
Ang
Thank you.
galing naman. Oh, hindi lang galing sa sound card ni Jeff.
Yes.
Yung rounds of applause, no? Di ba?
Grabe, ang ganda ng opportunity ngayon, no? Di ba, siyempre kumakanta lang si Sir Jeff sa bahay niya. Pero imagine yung mga taong na-entertain niya, di ba?
Yes.
Sa bahay lang tayo. Ang ganda ng
Totoo yun.
Yes. Diba, how much more? Diba, kaya pagpatuloy po natin pagdasal na this pandemic is really over na, and all of us can really just go out without being afraid, no? So, ayan, dahil
Wait, I wanna say thank you
natin
to sa mga sorry to cut you.
Yeah,
I just wanna say
sige lang
thank you
yun.
to our friends watching kasi they really took time to watch sina best friend Kat, si Eric Verde, of course. Mamaya may
Ayan,
announcement ako
kaibigan mo
naman,
dito,
Eric Verde.
common friend
Si
natin to.
Joko.
Yeah,
Ayun,
si Joko ay kasama kong
Joanna
voice
Katrina. Oo,
artist.
sino pa ba? Si
Yes.
Mami King, si Janya. Oh my God.
Ayan,
Hi,
sabi.
Jay.
Oo.
Wala akong
Tapos
salamin.
yan,
No problema.
oo.
Matanda. Pasensya.
Oh, yan
Wala
mga kasama
salamin.
nating CVA yan, ng mga talented.
Hello.
din Na, ginagamit na ng kanilang mga talento. Di ba, Mac?
Syempre.
Not just to entertain, but to like really have a business out of it. So, katulad po ng ating guest, magandang gabi po ulit sa aming mga ka-entrep. Narinig niyo po ang napakagandang tinig ng
Thank you.
napaka-talented po naming guest for tonight. Ang galing, di ba?
Thank you.
Kung
Thank
kumbaga
you.
kung pinaparid mo siya sa Kasi ako, Mac, I know the feeling. Kasi nga sabi ko sa iyo, nakasabay ko siya kumanta.
Okay,
Till They Take
thank
My
you.
Heart Away pa nga yata yung kinanta namin. Jeff,
naalala ko.
Yes, Till They Take My Heart Away. So,
Siguro
yun.
meron one thing lang, no? Maybe si Sir no, can share an advice, lalo na sa mga young people na iba na yung platform ngayon online talaga. So
yes.
how do they turn something that they really enjoy, really passionate about into something na pwedeng potentially to be a profitable career?
You have to for me, I feel like again, I can only talk based on what I know and what I feel and what I've gone through, no? What I would say to the youngsters who would like to make a living, and I think it's really nice that we say a living, because a living, pag sinabi mo living kasi it's long term eh. Kabuhayan, buhay mo pinag-uusapan. If you want to make a living out of your passion, then you have to come from something that is true. You have to come from a value that will never die. And for me, that is love. If you love your family and you want to provide for them through your passion, do it. If you love yourself and you are happy doing your passion, do it. If you love your craft and you are most free when you are doing your craft, your art, then do it. If you love yourself, you want to travel, you want to buy yourself, the best luxury items. Wala pong masama doon. Wala pong masama kung yun ang kagustuhan mo, mag-travel, bumili ng luxury items. Kung yun po ang kaligayahan nyo, wag po tayo, wala pong masama doon, kanya-kanya lamang po. And because you love yourself and you feel like you want to do it, then do it. Come from love. Come from a value, because a value will never die. Yun lang lagi for me. You have to come from love. Kasi kapag pangangailangan, baka kasi yung pangangailangan medyo mababaw, tapos maubos ka agad. Baka yung pangangailangan biglang mamatay. Yung pag-aalab ng pangangailangan, pag namatay siya, baka hindi siya sapat to keep you going. Kasi alam, you know why? Because to stay in this profession does not requires how do I say this? Longevity in our profession. Skill is important, but commitment is more important. Because you will go through the peaks and you will definitely go through the lows. Hindi po araw-araw Pasko sa pagiging isang komedyante, ang isang singer, isang host, sa isang artist. Hindi po araw-araw Pasko. Kaya if you can hold on the highs, trust me, there will be a lot of throws. Maraming throws, maraming lows. Maniwala kayo sa akin. So, minsan, hindi talaga sapat yung skill set. Pero kailangan may skill set ka. Kailangan may level of competence ka. Pero
for you to stand out.
Yung commitment talaga.
Yeah.
Diba? Kailangan meron ka nun eh. Tsaka yung kapal ng mukha. Kasi maraming mas magaling sa akin na hindi nagpapakita. Diba? Maraming mas bata sa akin ngayon, mas magaling, mas mataas ang boses, na hindi natin nakikita kasi hindi natin alam kung nasaan. So dapat lumabas mga anak, lumabas kayo. Show ang dami ng platforms,
madali na
kayo. Huwag nyo itago yung talento nyo kasi kung ilong nyo lang ang nakakarinig, wala, diba? Ipakita nyo kayo mahiya. Sayang. Kasi ang gagaling. Sigurado ako. Ang gagaling
saka totoo yun. Ang tawag kasi, nakakatuwa si Jeff, no? He's a very good coach when it comes to him being very encouraging. So, kung nangangailangan po kayo ng magaling na voice coach dyan, so mamaya bibigay ni
na
Jeff.
Masama ang ugali. Sama naman talaga ugali. Sinasabi ko naman, honest naman ako.
Oo, kasi kagagaling naman nila. So, kagagaling naman nila. Kasi wala naman talagang perfect.
Pero hindi, alam mo kung bakit. Kasi, ang Mac, LA, sa lahat na nakikinig, I always say na as a coach, my purpose is for you not to like me, but for you to get better. Whether you like me or not is out of the question. Pero hindi kasi, hindi ako mapanigaw pero mahigpit ako. Yun talaga, sobrang mahigpit ako.
Bilanggit mo, di ba? Yung professionalism at yung dignity na sinasabi mo kanina.
Tsaka
no?
discipline.
Lahat yun made-develop kapag yung nagtuturo sa'yo, yung mentor mo, ay nagtuturo ng
message ako, matulog ka na. Ginagano ko na, bakit gising ka ba?
Kasi puyat, di ba? Ang puyat nakakapaos.
Kalaban ng boses yan.
Saka, para din healthy yung katawan mo. Kasi ako nga katulad dating performer, kahit na anong talented mo, pag may sakit ka, hindi ka makakapag-perform, at lalo na ngayong pandemya.
At dahil binanggit mo yan, napakahalaga. Sa mga performers dyan, singers, voice artists, makinig kayo. Total, inihahalin tulad natin ang performing arts sa negosyo. Treat your body like plant, property, and equipment. We are subject to depreciation. Ibig sabihin, habang tumatagal, bumababa. We are subject to constant depreciation, not because bumababa ang value natin, but because we are subject to wear and tear. Ang katawan natin, pag nagkakaedad tayo, you can't escape aging. Itong mukha kong to, ilang galong-galong anti-aging, anti-histamine, lahat ng anti-allergy.
Lahat talaga antay. Lahat talaga
Pero
antay.
ano nangyari? Di ba nagkakaedad pa rin? Anong ibig sabihin? Aging is irreversible.
Tama.
Alagaan nyo po ang katawan ninyo. Kasi, I'm not saying na madidevalue ang katawan natin. Mali. Ang ibig ko sabihin is, we are subject to wear and tear. So if you want to perform for a longer period of time, go get some sleep whenever you can. Hindi ko rin sinasabi magbisyo kasi may mga tao talaga nakakahanap naman ng solace or ng relaxation. Pero huwag naman pong gawing 24/7. 7 ang araw sa isang linggo. Ano ba naman yung 2 to 3 times? The rest is pahinga mo naman ng konti ang katawan mo. Diba? Kung dati I mean, everything in moderation. Yun lang naman. Lang, may taxi. Sorry. Ay, di ba sa akin? Sorry. Ay, di ba sa akin?
Tuwa talaga sa Jeff. Oo, kasi actually, yes, Jeff, diba? Binibigyan mo na yung mga ka-entrep natin, yung mga kapwa natin mahilig sa music.
Yes.
Oo, diba? Na iyan yung mga dapat gawin. So, Jeff, siguro 2 pang tips, no, sa mga gustong mapagaling yung pagkanta nila. Saka hindi lang kasi siya alam mo Mac, hindi lang siya dahil kailangan magaling ka kumanta, no. There are a lot of people who are really gifted with that gift of very good singing voice. Pero kailangan din you know how to perform, 'di ba? So Jeff, anong maibibigay mo na tips sa ating mga ka-entrep na gustong maging magaling na performer katulad mo?
Performer is different from a singer. Anong gusto mo, Ellie? Ano mas gusto mo? Performer or singer? Ano mas bet yung dalawa?
Performer.
Singer na lang siguro.
Sige.
I think yung point ni I think yung
host, yes.
Ang point ata ni Miss LA. Ako pagkaintindi ko as a non-singer, no? As a non-singer, parang magaling ka kumanta, pero how do you actually perform and entertain? Kasi yun nga, sabi mo magkaiba.
Yan ang sinasabi ko sa inyo. Dalawang tao po ang magbuburahan sa Facebook ngayong gabing ito. Isang pagkakaibigan na naman po masisira.
Part lang yan. Part ng pagiging kaibigan yan. Alam niyo yan.
Yes.
Huwag mo kayo eklat.
Okay. So, ganito. Sige. So, pagiging singer at performer na lang.
Okay.
Sige. So, sige, Jeff. Thank
you.
you.
Sige, I'll give you 2 for each. As a singer, like what I said, your voice is subject to wear and tear. So for me as a coach, my primary concern always is vocal preservation. I want you to be able to sing for a longer period of time. Kasi habang tumatagal ka, lumalalim ang experience mo. Lumalalim ang puso mo. Maaaring may kakantahin ka ngayon na kinanta mo 10 years ago, mas malinis 10 years ago. Pero pag kinanta mo ngayon, mas masakit, mas may puso, mas may katotohanan. Gusto ko ma-experience mo yun bilang coach mo. So, vocal preservation is very important for me. So again, like what I said, sleep, eat right, exercise, take a rest whenever you can and stretch. And the next is to become a better vocalist. Again, babalik ako doon sa lagi ko sinasabi, don't give me what you don't have. Lagi nilang tinatanong sa akin, Coach, pwede nyo bang i-extend ang vocal range ko? I can't do that because your range is your range. What I can do for you is discover your voice. Kung hanggang saan ka. Again, it's very nice if you have a wide vocal range. Napakaganda nun kasi mas marami kang magagawa eh. Pero never limit your definition of a good vocalist just because of the number of notes you can reach. Always remember that. Vocal preservation and enrich what you have. If you stay within if you stay within your aesthetic, kung yung aesthetic yung estilo mo, trust me, you will find a voice that is louder, that's more audible than the bigger ones. As a performer, I think there is one thing that I want people to always remember. It's connectivity. You have to connect with your audience. Because you will always be able to impress. Pwedeng nakakatawa ka. Pwedeng lagi kang nakakatawa. Pwedeng lagi kang nakaka-impress. Pwedeng lagi kang, alam mo yon, pero wala kang connection.
Yes.
Paano yun? You have to be, people must be able to connect with you, and people must be always be able to relate with you. So saan babalik tayo? You would be only be able to do that if you come from an honest truth. If you come from a true space. So babalik at babalik tayo. It's not, alam mo, life is not really that complicated. Tayo lang din kasi minsan we want to overanalyze and complicate things, but at the end of the day, it's really very simple lang din talaga. So I hope yung mga nakikinig dyan nakatulong naman yun.
Oo naman, definitely. Tingin ko, pagkatapos nga ng show na to, i-apply na nila yung mga natutunan sa'yo, no?
Kala ko i-report nila ako.
Hindi naman.
Mass report.
Pero Jeff, no, yung sinabi mo kanina, di ba? Coming from your true space, from your, for being authentic. Oo, 'di ba kasi sa pagpe-perform. Oo, 'di ba? As an actor, as a singer, you have to like interpret a song, you have to interpret or you have to give your own interpretation of a story. Pero as an artist, dapat may puso. So dapat authentic ka pa rin and you really just have to show the world what you've got with just being true. And speaking of being true, si Jeff po ay totoong-totoo naman po talagang magaling siya na composer. Dahil sabi nga po namin, 'di ba? At sinabi rin niya, marami na po siyang nagawang kanta at mga award-winning naman talaga. So, meron kang bagong kanta, tama, Jeff?
Yes,
na gusto mong, you would like to tell the people watching now.
I would love to. You know what, guys? This is a very special song for me and it's my latest composition. Hindi po ako umawit. Ang umawit ito ay ang Quarantine first season grand champion, the supreme vocalist of pwede ko sabihin ko saan, diba? Pwede naman ko ng platform, no? The untouchable supreme vocalist of Kumu, Mr. Eric Verde. He is an upcoming vocalist who is an incredible singer. And this song, I wrote this song a few years back. Actually last year lang pala, sorry, during the pandemic, and it's called Hindi Natuturuan ng Puso. And 6 days na lamang po, masisilayan na natin ang kantang ito ni Eric Verde. It is performed by the untouchable supreme vocalist of Kumum, si Eric Verde, written by yours truly, and music arranged and produced by Mr. Samuel Valdecantos, engineered and mixed by Mr. Wayne Perez Dandoy, and released worldwide, exclusively by Mr. Jeff Klein through Geisha Studio Production. So, what started as a prize is now a worldwide release. So, available po siya on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music, Deezer, Friendster, MySpace, MIRC, Yahoo Messenger, lahat po. Available siya.
Hindi ko alam po anong i-react.
Hindi mo kaya yung Friendster. Umaming ka, hindi mo kaya. And I want to thank my brothers from the Boxers Band kasi talaga they lent their hearts talaga for this song. Talaga. And Eric, guys, luluha talaga kayo kasi talagang nakakaiyak yung kanta. At yung pagkakakanta ni Eric, oh my gosh, it's right to the T. Perfect. Di ba Ninang Kat, si best friend Kat, nandiyan.
No, yan pala, si Miss Kath nanonood.
Isa sa mga supporters si Eric.
Miss Kath. Oo, yan, dahil binanggit ni Jeff yan kanina, no? So, he's part po of this band, this very great band, no? So, bunch of talented people, the Boxers, no? Saka, si Jeff po ay vocalist din po nang nakikita niyo po napakagandang babae, napakagandang performer na yan. Okay, bros.
Yes, kami po ang backup band ng ating ultimate entertainer, the one and only Miss K. Brosas.
Nakita mo ba si Jeff? Kitang-kita ko si Jeff. Kitang-kita ko si Jeff.
Kita mo ba yung kinuha ko ni Nido Fortified? Kita nyo ba yung kinuha ko?
May sarili siyang spotlight
ako. Namimiss na namin, sa totoo lang. This one is sincere ko yata, or Clowns. Namimiss na namin talaga. Iba yung sobrang saya niyan eh. Ayan, that was Clowns. Ayan.
Galing. Galing. Pero buti na lang, no? Praise God and thank God. There's a lot of different platforms wherein you can still like perform.
Mabait pa rin ang
mabait
Diyos.
Talaga siya always and forever. Okay.
Amen.
At dahil mabait talaga din po si Jeff. Mabait din po talaga si Jeff. So nakikita niyo po yung mga pictures na yan, no? So thank you, Jeff, for sharing these photos din and yung composition mo, yung kinanta mo kanina, for sharing to us everything that you have learned in this school of life, 'di ba? In this school that we call life. And this, sabi mo nga, from your different chains of kindnesses, diba, experiences, maraming salamat,
Thank
Jeff.
you. Thank you for
No, so,
inviting me.
Jeff, okay lang ba, no, bago ka namin, before we let you go, kanina ko pa parang gusto ko manta. Ang dami ko sinasabing kanta, no? So, Jeff, alam kong hindi to second and last na makakasama ka namin ni Mac. Sana makatrabaho kita, lalo na sa pagkanta din, no? Sana, pagdadasal ko yan. Maka-duet ko ulit si Jeff. At kung siguro magkaroon ng collab. Di ba? Si Mac, tumutugtog din niya ng gitara. So, ibubuko ko na po in a good way si Mac Florendo. Pag-uusapan po namin kung anong klaseng collab ang gagawin namin ni Jeff at ni Mac. Okay? Para mas lalo pong ma-share yung mga talents namin. So mga ka-entrep, ngayon naman po, pakinggan po natin si Jeff. What's your like final message, no, sa ating mga ka-entrep? Lalo na yung mga taong gustong gamitin yung mga bagay na passionate sila. Di ba, Mac? To like really have an earning from it. So,
paano ba? I want to relate it more into business, maybe. I want not to lose that sense of artistry at the same time. But always remember that it's not an overnight thing. Success is not overnight. Easy come, easy go. Tandaan nyo yan. You have to invest on a body of work. You have to invest on improving your skills. You have to invest on becoming a better version of who you are.
Yep.
But even after a few years, you might not be able to see the return on your yung ROI mo, yung return on investment.
yeah, agad.
Even after the body of work, even after the improvements that you have done for yourself. So again, what am I trying to say? It's not an overnight thing. Pagpapasok po kayo sa profesyon namin, dapat po toneladang pasensya po ang dala natin. I won't even say that I'm highly successful. I always say, hindi naman ako celebrity. Artist, siguro, kasi may trabaho rin naman ako kahit paano. But I don't always consider myself a celebrity. But, sometimes you have to pick, what they call this, you have to be able to understand that kahit ano pong trabaho ay hindi po ito all flowers, bubbles, and butterflies, and chirping birds. It's not always sunny days. You have to be able to see the reality that wala pong trabahong madali. So, sa mga nangangarap dyan, hindi po sapat na dahilan yon para itigil ang pangarap nyo. Kasi wala pong trabahong madali. So, kahit itong trabahong to ay medyo mahirap, ituloy nyo po. Kasi mas masakit po yung hindi nyo na ituloy at isip kayo ng isip kung paano tinuloy ko. Kesa yung itinuloy mo at alam mo na, hindi pala para sa akin. Magkaiba po yun. Mas masakit po yung isip ka ng isip. Tuloy nyo lang po. Tandaan nyo, tulad na sinabi ko kanina, kahit nandyan yung skill set, kung wala yung tibay ng loob, paano namin malalaman kung ikaw lang ang nakakarinig, kung mga dingding mo lang ang nakakarinig. Bigyan mo ng pagkakataon ng sarili mo marinig na ibang tao. Kasi yun lang ang paraan para lumawak ang network mo. At next, ito mahalaga to. Alam nyo po, ang ugali, ang galing na pag-aaralan, pero ang ugali, mahirap po baguhin. Kahit anong trabaho po, kahit anong negosyo po, pakikisama po ang isa sa pinakamalalim na pundasyon. Never burn bridges. Matuto po tayong makisama at magpakita ng kabutihan sa kapwa natin. Hindi porket magkaiba tayo ng opinion sa isa't isa, yung ibig sabihin nun may mali. Ang tawag natin doon, agreeing to disagree. Maaring gusto mo pula, ang gusto ko orange. Walang mali sa atin. Magkaiba lang tayo ng gusto. And I think that if people begin to agree to disagree, we will give each other more room to grow. In business, in the arts, in a lot of things. Because you will see other things Alam mo yan, ibig sabihin Mac at saka LA, mas marami kang makikita kasi hindi lang puro pula nakikita mo. Sige nga, patingin ng orange. O yung mga hilig sa orange, sige nga, patingin ng blue. Give yourself the opportunity to grow. Because it is so much better to be kind than to be right. Let go of the need to be right. It will not make you grow at all. There you go.
Galing talaga, no?
Alam mo, kasing yabong ng mga halaman mo dyan sa likod mo. Ang talento at ang knowledge.
yabong, ha?
Hindi mo ba kinaya? Hindi mo kinaya. Pero nag-agree sa atin si Mervin Aguado. Napakagaling na host yan. Na napakagaling din na singer. Pareho ni Jeff. Ni Mervin Aguado. Oo. Si Boses Aragon niya ng Union. Oo. Napakagaling na events host, Jeff. Katulad mo. At napakagaling na singer. So he's doing Kumu din, like you. So Jeff, mabilis lang. So where can they find you? And where can they be able to really
Connect with you.
Connect with you? Oo.
Pag umaga, madalas ako dyan sa may terrace, sa harap. Tapos, pag hapon, nandito ako sa may labas sa kanto, sa may na tricycle. Doon pala charot lang. Again, all the handles of all my social media accounts is at hi Miss Edita, is at the Jeff Cifra po. That's at, of course, the @ sign and the Jeff Cifra. That's THEJEFFCIFRA on my personal social media accounts. And you can also follow our accounts, the Boxers Band. Omnibus po yun on all platforms, the Boxers Band. And you can watch me on Kumu. Bakit niyo po ako lagi sa Kumu every Sundays. That's 9 p.m. The Super Talk Show. Di ba nakakatawa yung title? The Super Talk Show. So, wala na kayong expect doon kundi talk show. Ayan. Thank you, Joko.
Thank you, Joko.
And of course, you can also, on Wednesdays and Thursdays, music comedy at iba pa, that's also on Kumu. And again, don't forget, Eric Verde. Hindi natuturuan ng puso, July 8. Guys, promise. My dad heard it and he gave it a seal of approval. That's how good Eric Verde is. As in, napakagandang kanta po. Please welcome Eric into your homes and into your hearts. Hindi po ako mapapahiya. Itataya ko po ang nanay. Ang aking reputasyon.
Hi, tita! Sa mommy mo, Jeff, thank you din, Sa mommy mo, Jeff, thank you din. Tita, thank you po. Sobrang thank you. Alam mo ba, fan talaga ako ng mga pinopost mo about your mom and dad. Ang tawag niya kasi Max sa mom and dad niya, Guy and Pip.
Guy at Pip.
Ganun ka-entertaining si Jeff Cifra. At ang iyong kaibigan na si Joko, si Miss Joanna Katrina.
That's my batchmate from UP.
Oo, kabatch mo. Sabi niya nga, follow Jeff sa @the Jeff Cifra.
I love you, Joko.
Yan. So, oo. Sabi nga niya, di ba? Sabi ko nga, maliit lang ang mundo. Di ba? Magkasama kaming voice artist. Tapos ikaw ay kaibigan ni Joko. At syempre, magsusupport talaga yan. At marami pang ka-entrep ang magsusupport sa'yo. So, muli, maraming salamat, Jeff.
Sir
Ehrlich,
wait lang. Sir Ehrlich, don't forget to follow Fire Chill. Tama ba?
Fire Chill, tama.
Fire Chill. Guys, world-class Pinoy, Sir Ehrlich Ocampo. I-follow nyo, firechill.ph.
Yan, sabi.
Nagdadala ng karangalan sa Pilipinas. Diyos ko. Cirque du Soleil. Diyos ko. Oh my gosh, guys. Diba? World-class performer. Please lang i-follow nyo at supportahan nyo yung mga Pilipinong katulad ni Ehrlich na nagdadala ng karangalan dito sa atin.
Para sa Pilipinas. We will be talking more about Ehrlich mamaya. No? Pero maraming salamat talaga.
Love you guys.
Entrep Media Network family and the VG8 family, Creative Voices family, maraming salamat sa inyo. Sobra ako, lalo kong ipagdadasal na maraming mag-sign up sa Kumu, sabi nga ni Joko. Kita natin kung sumali ako sa Kumu para kay Jeff. So ganyan ko na maraming tao na nagsa-sign up sa Kumu or sa kahit ano pa mong platform yan para po ma-follow natin si Jeff at ma-entertain tayo at ma-inspire tayo ng napaka-talented at napaka-passionate na taong ito. So muli, Jeff, maraming salamat. Kami talaga ni Mac ay nag-bless mo. Sobra. We'll see more of you, bro.
Hindi na sila nag-chat dun sa group chat. Sabi sila takot kasi binubulgar ko.
Sa mga nanonood din ng replay, di ba, Jeff? Sa mga nanonood din po ng replay, si Jeff po ay i-follow nyo. Sa mga manonood po ng replay kasi they'll be able to see this episode. Yung mga hindi makakapanood ng live, panoorin po natin si Jeff. At sana po i-share po talaga natin yung episode natin ngayon. So with the hashtag EntrepEntertainment. Tama ba ako? With hashtag EntrepEntertainment kasi po mananalo po kayo sa ating raffle na i-announce po namin mamaya. Kung sinong mananalo ng magic deck of cards na yan ni Mr. Mac Florendo, no? So sana Jeff nakasama ka pa namin siguro mamaya para kasi papapanood mo si Mac. And we'll get to know more about Ehrlich. So maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat.
Thank you guys. Good night.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
Yes, God bless. More blessings for you, kapatid.
Grabe, no? Ang dami kong natutunan, ang dami kong take away doon, no?
Tingin ko nga, nagtatype ka na nagtatype eh.
Hindi ako singer. Hindi ako singer, pero more than anything. Ang dami kong natutunan.
Diba, ang galing. Saka he uses his gifts to inspire a lot of people. Diba? Yung inspirasyon na binibigay sa kanya, pinapasa niya talaga through sharing the talent, to giving it all out and giving his best. Pero di ba, Mac, hindi natin tatapusin tong special episode na to by not just telling our viewers, our Ka-Entreps, about the other special guests that we have. So, okay lang ba, Mac? Kwentuhan na natin sila or panoorin na natin ang tungkol naman kay Mr. Ehrlich Ocampo. Pero, bati muna tayo. So, magandang gabi, Beshi. Ang napakagaling na host kasama ni Ms. Janine, ang host ng EntrepAcademy Fashion and Beauty. So, magandang gabi kay Boses Aragon Mervin Aguado. At kay Janine nga, na co-host niyan. So, magandang gabi din. So, mga kasama po namin sa EntrepAcademy, no, panoorin nyo din po sila kasi next week, it's gonna be all about finance. So, kung marami na po tayong biyaya financially, padaminin pa po natin yan lalo. By learning from, di ba? By learning from these experts or yung mga magiging guest din ni Sir Boggs at ng kanyang magiging co-host next week. So, inuulit ko po, please share this episode with #Entrep Entertainment, no? Entrep Entertainment, huwag mong kakalimutan. And please post comments. Tapos ilagay po natin, itag na po natin ang mga kapitbahay, kapuso, kapatid, kapamilya, at ka-Entrep. Lahat na, di ba, Mac? So, Mac, wag na natin patagalin dahil sabi nga ni Mervin, madaming learnings at nagte-thank you si Ma'am Edita Ocampo for just giving Ehrlich the chance. Opo, maraming salamat po. Ma'am Edita, kami po ang nagte-thank you ng sobra. And we wish to have more of Ehrlich, no? Siguro pag nakarating na siya doon sa, mas makakwentuhan pa natin siya ulit kung mapagbibigyan tayo ng Ehrlich. Siguro sa ibang shows natin, di ba? Sa VG8 Radio. Saka sa Entrep. So, pero tita, maraming salamat po. Kami po ang nagpapasalamat ng sobra. Okay, so bro, pagkwentuhan na natin, pwede na ba natin ikwento sa ating mga Ka-Entrep? Ka-Entrep, ang about kay Mr. Firechill.
So yung mga pumasok ng maaga sa show, no, makilala natin si Ehrlich ng live bago siya lumipad sa kanyang biyahe. But again, so si Ehrlich Ocampo, no, Firechill sa mga kararating lang. He's a flow artist. So ginagamit niya yung kanyang dance, tapos meron siyang art of levitating a magic stick, no. Kakaiba ang kanyang style, iba't ibang body movements ang pinapakita niya, iba't ibang props. Dahil dyan, no, nakarating siya sa kahit saan man siya gustong pumunta, literal. Cirque du Soleil, tapos recently, sa America's Got Talent lang naman yan. So, hindi pa lumalabas yung kanyang audition clip, no? Pero aabangan natin yan.
Aabangan natin yan, definitely.
Yung mga nanonood dyan na hindi familiar sa mga ginagawa ni Ehrlich, siguro we'll just play a video.
Yes.
Para ma-visualize nyo naman kung anong ginagawa ni Mr. Ehrlich Ocampo, also known as Firechill. Alright,
Firechill.
So, huwag natin patagalin pa. In 3, 2, 1, watch. Ayan, so alam mo, si Ehrlich, no? Na-meet ko siya sa isang event sa Okada. Ito na talaga yung ginagawa niya. Diba? So, merong hula hoops.
Yeah, may hoops.
Yan.
Yeah.
So, this is called Leviwand.
Oo, parang Leviwand siya na nabasa ko sa profile niya, no? It's a levitation wand, no?
Yeah, levitating wand.
Yeah, levitating.
So, some say it's magic, but for me, it's not magic, pero it looks magical.
Yeah.
Although yung prop na tinatawag ng Leviwand, it came from magic. It came from dancing cane, no? Sa magic. But then, itong mga flow artists, they parang na-level up na nila yung kaya nilang gawin. Even for hula hoop, di ba? Hula hoop was made for exercising lang, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero look at how Ehrlich has innovated the art of hula hooping.
It is using it to create such a magical performance. Ang galing.
Sobrang visual, even the makeup, costume, the dance. Kakaiba, world class. Out of this world. Hindi na siya world class eh. Out of this world talent.
Kasi definitely hindi talaga ordinary. He has an sabi nga extraordinary, 'di ba? An extraordinary talent. Ganun kagaling si Sir Ehrlich.
So now at this point we will learn more about Ehrlich and what he does. Kasi yun nga, di ba, sobrang busy ka sa biyahe niya. But he's parang grabe, na-appreciate ko yung kanyang grace to give us a pre-recorded video of interviews of some questions na tinanong namin earlier. So, natin patagalin pa. Ladies and gentlemen, Fire Chill, Ehrlich Ocampo.
Professional circus artist and performer. I perform mainly with the Leviwand or the dancing cane for you in the magic community. It's like a magic stick that floats around me while I dance. I also perform with the hula hoops and with poi, which is like the fire spinning in Boracay, something like that. So I started dancing when I was in high school. I started with cheer dance and some jazz. And then after graduating college, I discovered fire dancing in Boracay. And so I saw them and I was intrigued, and so I tried it. And then I learned, that was around 2009, 2010. And then 2013, I discovered 2011, I saw the Leviwand. That's the first time I tried it. It wasn't until 2013 that I discovered advanced techniques for it, and then I pursued that, and then hula hoop started official training 2015. So now I'm a professional circus performer. I've performed for entertainment groups. Most notable were I performed for and choreographed for Psycho 6, which is a Malaysian performing group. Also for Okada Manila, which is the resort and casino here in Pasay. And then my recent contract was with Cirque du Soleil at Sea on board MSC Bellissima. So there I also did Leviwand and hula hoops. It was the first Leviwand act on the Cirque du Soleil stage, so that was I'm pretty happy about that. My most memorable experience probably was for Festival Mondial du Cirque de Demon, or World Festival of the Circus of Tomorrow. It was in Paris, so they say it's a prestigious circus festival. I didn't know if I would actually qualify. I was submitting a Leviwand act. Actually, right before submitting it, I'm having doubts if I should submit it. But then my mom told me, if you submit it and then they don't accept you, that's fine. But if you don't submit it, you'll never know. So then I just submitted it and then got accepted for the 2016 edition of the festival. It was very memorable for me because it was all about facing fears and stepping out of your comfort zone. Like, even though object manipulation is circus arts, it's not the traditional circus arts of acrobats and juggling. So it was very uncomfortable for me. There was a lot of nerves. The night before I performed, I actually threw up in nervousness. When I got there, I saw everyone else rehearse, and everyone came from circus schools or they had experience working as a professional circus artists already, and they had a lot of apparatus setups. They had aerial stuff. They had technicians with them. They have coaches, and some even had their own entourage of managers and even some media following their journey. And I was just there alone, just like one guy with barely a costume and a stick. And yeah, definitely that was very memorable. I didn't know if this thing would be accepted in the circus world, but I got some good feedback. Now that I look back on it, I know that I could do better. There are a lot of things that I would improve with the years of insight and experience that I gained, but it was the best I could do at the moment. Okay, my journey to Cirque du Soleil started when I kind of felt out of place in the flow art scene. Not that I did not belong, but it's just everyone else was doing a lot of technical stuff with their spinning, but I just wanted to dance and do my kicks and jumps and tumblings with it. And so there was like I felt like there was no one to share that with as much here in the Philippines. But then one of the, I think it was Oli Kosiking, he shared with me a video of this awesome guy. His name is Shikanta Barefoot. So he did fire dancing in Cirque du Soleil, and then he was doing all the dancing and the jumps and turns as well. And I said, wow, this is what I'm doing. Even though I felt out of place, it was a real thing. And then I saw since he was from Cirque du Soleil, I said, oh wow, okay, that's where I belong. That's what I should do. And so I drooled over this Getting into Cirque documentary. It's a documentary about how to get into Cirque. So you submit your video audition and all the casting process, and I just watched it. I obsessed over it. In 2014, I premiered my Leviwand act in Philippine Flow Festival. I filmed it and then submitted it to Cirque du Soleil, and after a few months, I got a reply that I got into their database of talent. So a database of talent is kind of like, they just have this list of singers, of dancers, of different circus artists, and whenever they need it, let's say they need an athlete, a female athlete, they will look at that list and they will cast you. So I got into that list, and I knew it was gonna be hard for me to get a job because there's no vacancy for a guy who dances with a magic stick, right? So I just continued training. I kept sending them updates. I uploaded new videos in my profile, and finally got a project in 2018 for Cirque du Soleil at Sea, which was a new show. So also I thought, this act will have to be in a creation. It has to be a new show because none of the shows right now has this Leviwand act, right? So it was a long journey going into Cirque. So we filmed the audition last April. So unlike previous seasons, because of the pandemic, they did not hold an open audition. So open auditions are when people line up, and then producers will see you perform, and then they will determine if you will go in front of the judges. But now it's just video audition. So they reviewed videos. I submitted, but also I think they've been looking at my act for a few years now. It's just like schedule doesn't allow me to audition. But so I flew there last April. We filmed it last April, but 10 days, I think, or 11 days before I was about to fly, I got into an accident. I slipped going into a flip and then landed on the back of my head. So I went to I got hospitalized. My nose bled. I was puking. I was in the hospital for 7 days. I was experiencing dizziness and a lot of severe headaches, like 24/7. The meds helped me a lot, and yeah, I was there for 7 days, and then after I got discharged, I only have 4 days to prepare before I had to fly out to LA to audition. So did that. It was fun. It was really fun, but I don't think we were able to maximize the experience because, pandemic. We couldn't really interact with each other, and we didn't really get to see Los Angeles because we were just in the hotel rooms. I got starstruck with Terry Crews because he was the closest near me. He was the one I got closest to because he was interviewing me in the backstage and all that. So yeah, America's Got Talent is the biggest stage in the world. So if that wasn't nerve-wracking enough, I also had to deal with my self-doubt because like I was getting dizziness. I'm not sure if I'm just gonna trip over and fall out of balance. So literally right before I stepped on stage, I kind of had that dizzy feeling. But yeah, I just did my best. I don't know how I did actually, so we'll see. The audition is not yet aired as of the moment, so watch out for it. Yeah, the nerves were just so high. Like literally, you're in the backstage, really nervous, and then you just ask yourself what I'm doing there. But answering that question, it was clear to me that I wanted to go audition to get aired for exposure. Like I felt like I'm gonna do my best, but I don't need to win. I just need to represent. It was clear to me I'm representing both the Filipinos and the art of Leviwand. So I really want to talk about this. As a Filipino, I am telling both the world that I'm Filipino. I'm a Filipino talent, and I'm also telling fellow Filipinos that I'm Filipino. For me, the world needs to see that the Filipinos are a very talented people, not just in singing. I know we're very, I wish I could sing, but I can't do it well. But yeah, we're talented people, and not just we're not just singers. I'm a firm believer of Filipino talents. I think that we are good. We can be as good as or even better than other international talents that we look up to. For fellow Filipino talents, I know that we struggle in our country, but I hope we just work together to change that. One day, I hope we have the facilities, the instruction, the resources, and the opportunities right here in our own land so that we don't have to look for those somewhere else. As for Leviwand, I'm aware that Leviwand is still blazing trails, mostly introducing it to people and letting people know that it exists and how awesome it is. It's really awesome. Right now, most casting calls, they are looking for athletes, jugglers, hula hoopers, contortionists, and one day, they come out with casting. They're looking for Leviwand performers. So those were the two things that kind of guided me to guided me in the America's Got Talent experience. This is interesting. For me, I'm not thinking of myself as world class. I'm just thinking of always elevating myself, myself as a person, my performance, and my art. If there is anything about what I do that is world class, is that I'm always thinking how to reach out to the whole world and show the whole world about Leviwand and being a Filipino. As I said, with my mission with Philippine talents with especially Philippine circus. Like we want to have the facilities and the opportunities here. I just feel like being world class for me, I don't want to think world class. I'm thinking I really feel like my international credits will have a lot of bearing, especially in the fulfillment of this mission. I hate to say it, I really hate to say it, that we don't give our own talents enough recognition until other people, until the whole world recognizes that talent. So I think that's part of why I strive so much, so that, you know, the fellow Filipinos, especially the government, will heed us once we get that recognition of being world class. So I'm gonna tell this in like a story format. So after I graduated, I started working corporate and also did business. So I was doing the performing thing on the side. It was just a hobby. It was the passion, right? But I got into almost an accident in a taxi, and I thought, like, if I got injured or if I got paralyzed, then I wouldn't be able to dance or perform anymore. And then I said, like, okay, you know, that's it. I'm gonna pursue performing. But I have to tell you guys, it wasn't. I mean, there was that trigger, but that transition from working and doing business to performing was not like a one-time thing. It really was a transition. It probably took months and years for that to completely happen. And I think that's the first thing that we need to think about with turning your passion into a profitable career, is that you have to be smart. It's slowly like surely, you know, they say about Tarzan, like the bagging. So don't let go of one tree, what do you call that, branch or limb, before you've held on to the next one. So it's kind of like the same. You need to have your safety net. So don't just quit your job and say, I'm gonna pursue my passion. That's kind of like crap. That's kind of like crap, right? It's really hard to pursue your passion if you don't have the funding to back it up. So the way I did it, like, it was slowly building my passion career. It was like slowly getting jobs, getting your network, your skills, because you're not that skill. You don't have that skill like just that, right? You have to work on it. So I also slowly built on that. You also need to build your recognition, that people in the industry recognize you, and that your customers will recognize you and, you know, will buy from you. I also had to build, of course, just like the practical things like the costumes and the equipment. You need to be able to afford those, as well as additional training. So, you know, test the waters, start small. If there is an exception, if you can afford the risk, then by all means, you know, just pour your heart into it. Okay, I'm just gonna continue with my story. There is also a shift in mindset for me once, because I was focusing on being a product. So I'm a performer. I have a performance, I have my act, right? So I was focusing on the performing and creating. But then you have to shift your mindset from being a product to being a business. So now, it's the difference between pursuing your passion versus becoming a business. It's fun versus work. So that's the contrast between the practicing and the creating versus there's a lot of work that comes into it after this. You need to create your professional profile, your website, your letters, then you have your resume. You need to have all the professional materials like photos, videos, and your proposals. Um, after that, I was thinking like a business. I did my social media. So I was posting stuff. I was posting my tricks, my practice, my performances, and all that. But then you have to start thinking of selling. I was creating content, but I was not actually selling. Like people would, know me and then probably stumble upon my pages and social media, and they would hire me. But it's the difference between posting your stuff versus doing actual business emails with a client list. So you have to think of your target market. I know you have your friends who think what you do are cool, your friends and family, and then you have your community and all that stuff. But then you have to think of the actual people that will hire you. So I was thinking, all right, so I need to tap entertainment companies. I need to submit my profile or event organizers. So yeah, that's also one. Think of selling and not just creating. I think the last one in this turning the passion into a profitable career was, this might be cliche, but goals. Like really just set goals. This is especially applicable with finances. Because this is gonna be a job. This is your livelihood. So you want to set yourself like, okay, I want to earn this much per month, or I want to afford this equipment or this training by the end of the month or by the end of the year, right? So you need to kind of like, if that's so, I need to get this much. I need to sell this much or have this much projects in 1 month or a year if you're thinking more long term. So when you have that, like, oh gosh, I need to have, say, a gig every weekend, right? You're not just gonna sit around and wait for inquiries to come. You're not just gonna sit around and wait for people to ask you if you're available. You will seek it out, and you will make ways to actually get those. So yeah, personal story. It's just performing. Just the reality of it is a season. It's just a seasonal job. There, especially last quarter, we get a lot of gigs, but then some days, like some months, especially some months, there's like, oh, there's no gigs coming in. So probably would help to think long term. Yeah, so it's a seasonal job, but that doesn't mean that you cannot increase the chances of you getting a job if you're proactive. So yes, being an edupreneur or an educator who is also an entrepreneur is definitely one of my post-performance career activities. So as I said, one of my missions is to make Leviwand a more recognizable art, not just to make it a more recognizable art for entertainment companies and also for people. Like, okay, we need a Leviwand act, a magical act in this show. So I made www.leviwand.dance as a resource website for those interested. So it has a lot of resources, like if you're new, what is it, where to get it, where to learn. And also I made a course, an online course on how I perform the Leviwand. So that's the one I'm selling. I'm also doing affiliate marketing. So the Leviwands that are there, I have some discount codes. So whenever someone uses that code, I get something in return. And now I am working on a beginner's Leviwand ebook. There will be a free version of it with all the essential information. That's just part of my mission to spread the awareness and information. But also, there will be a paid version with more in-depth information and just a lot more tidbits. So being an edupreneur, because I will not be a performer forever. It's just the reality of it. Bodies get old. So it is definitely, being an edupreneur is a viable business option for anyone, especially once you've established yourself in a field. I I have two philosophies about being an entrepreneur. One is that we usually start out as a look at me figure, like look at what I can do, look at all these, look at what I can offer, right? So you're showing people what you know, what you have, but then once people see that, you will become the other way around. So instead of like them looking at you, now it's like you give them back. What can I offer you? This is good because you are offering value to people that people actually want, instead of them just looking at, you know, influencers and stuff. So you're offering knowledge or insight, education, instruction that they want and that they will pay for. My second philosophy is kind of like it's kind of like deep. So it's like my philosophy of a labyrinth. So a labyrinth, for me, I've spent years and hours and a lot of effort opening doors in the labyrinth of, say, of Leviwand. So like if I've spent, how is it now? 2013, so 8 years of my life exploring Leviwand. So I want future practitioners in the art to elevate it even more. So instead of letting them spend the same 8 years unlocking the same doors, I just leave them open for them to just walk in, and then for them to go further in the labyrinth. You know, it's like in science, in medicine. If doctors didn't pass on what they know, every generation of doctors would have to open up bodies to rediscover the organs and how things work. But as we all know, since they're sharing their knowledge, medical field is advancing a lot. So it's kind of like the same. And Leviwand is also a fairly young art, and just passing on the knowledge, it just fulfills also the mission of people doing it more. It's for visibility and awareness. So yeah, that's about being an edupreneur. Okay, just one more thing about being an edupreneur. It's a business. So you need to treat it like a business. If you have, say, workshops that you offer, classes that you offer, you just don't sit around and wait for people to ask you if, hey, can you teach me that or this? You have to actually make a program or like a syllabus, even if it's just a simple one, and then you just send emails or promote your class. Or say for dance, I approach dance studios, hey, do you want me to offer this class in your studio and all that? So yeah, it's not just being a resource person with the people approach. You also have to be proactive in pursuing this as a business. So I think I've given a lot of insights and knowledge with all that I've said already, but I want to repeat: be smart. It's hard to be an artist and harder to be a struggling artist. So, people think being an artist is already the stupid idea. So just be smarter than the struggling artist. Be smart with your finances. Another one is be flexible. Not all things will happen for you. Not all your goals will happen, especially because not everything is under your control. Like for me, casting is not under my control. What I can control is my training and what I can offer to people. So that's what I work on. So you just sometimes have to manage your expectations. I know you do your best in one project and then you submit it and then it doesn't get approved or it doesn't get hired. So that's just the way things are. Rejection is, artists have to get used to rejection. You can't please everyone and you can't fit into everything. So that's just the reality of it. When I got accepted into Cirque, I would have expected to be hired, but that wasn't the reality of it. But instead of me just waiting for Cirque to call me, I continued with my work. I trained. I worked on other projects, and I think that's what helped me to be hired, because they were seeing I was creating new things. I was improving. So yeah, be flexible. The last one, I think, again, I'm gonna say it again, be proactive. You can't wait for things to happen to you, or as an artist, you can't wait to be discovered. You can't wait for people to offer you things. You have to be proactive and seek out what you want, your goals. So that's it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mac, for having me here. Again, I'm Ehrlich Ocampo, also known as Firechill. You can check out my profiles, my website, firechill.ph. All my profiles are firechill.ph in Facebook, in Instagram, in TikTok. I'm starting to do TikTok for awareness now. Also, Leviwand.dance is the resource website for Leviwand.dance is the resource website for those interested in the art. So yeah. Also, I wanted to explain. Hi guys. Sorry, I cannot go live. I'm in the middle of fixing my flights. I might actually be somewhere when this airs. So yeah, this is also, proof of when you work for your career, when you work your passion into a profitable career. This is, you just get jobs and then you move around. So thank you for having me, even if I can't be on live. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you around. Do reach out to me if you have questions or if you have feedback.
Yes.
There we
Yes.
have it.
All our viewers enjoyed that interview, and we have definitely learned a lot from that, right, Mac?
Yes, of course.
From that interview.
Actually, I wanna
Yes.
say, wala masyadong visuals, no? It was just an interview, but if you wanna see more of what he does, again, it's
Yes.
firechill.ph. Actually, gusto ko i-share yung isang promo video if they wanna learn how to do Leviwand, or they want to book him, invest. Siguro in the future, after his international gig, we're just gonna play it and let's just go through it. Panoorin natin ng sabay.
Para makita ng mga ka-entrep natin. Kung gaano ba ka-talented talaga si Ehrlich.
Ayan.
Sige, yan.
So, diba? So, what he's doing is flow movement, flow artistry. It looks like magic.
Flow artistry, mga ka-entrep. Ang galing, bro. Actually, sa'yo ko lang din natutunan yan. So, iba-iba po palang klase ito, mga ka-entrep, ang flow artistry. So, si Mac Florendo ay isang flow artist. And I'm just so proud dahil co-host ko po siya dito, mga ka-entrep.
Actually, na-interview ko before si Ehrlich, tinanong ko sa kanya, ano ba itong flow? Actually, flow is a state, di ba? Pag ginagawa mo yung gusto mo, parang yun. Nag-go with the flow. It's not about the literal movement, pero yung parang meditative na siya masyado.
The kind of energy siguro, like what you got to put into your performance. Ang galing. So, which is really positively, which is really positive and sobrang wonderful feeling, magical feeling, sabi nga. So, thank you. Thank you for showing that and sharing that to us. Tapos kayo po mga ka-entrep, Mac, paalala lang natin, kayo po mga ka-entrep na kasama po namin tonight, kung nakapag-share po kayo ng ating episode for tonight, ang very first episode natin, with hashtag #EntrepEntertainment, katulad po ng sinabi ko kanina, kung nag-uumpisa tayo ng episode na to, mananalo po kayo ng deck of cards na may pirma po ng aking napaka-talented na host na si Mac Florendo. At you will be winning, kung mapapakita natin, Mac, yung turmeric tea by Terra Nutra. So, papadala po namin yan. So, we'll get in touch with you po. And I would like to announce na ang ating winner, syempre, ang napaka-supportive na viewer natin ngayon. Ayan, nakikita na natin sa screen ang kanyang message, si Ma'am Edita. No? So, maraming salamat muli, Ma'am Edita. Sabi niya nga kanina, thank you for your kind words. And talking about kind words and being kind, ako yun ang takeaway ko. Yun ang takeaway ko galing kay Jeff kanina, no? We're just living in a life full of connections, full of sabi nga, 'di ba? Let it not be just random, but let it be like an everyday thing. It's like an every moment thing to be kind and then being right, no? So yun yung natutunan ko kanina kay Jeff, sobra. Pero isang napakabait ko rin na kaibigan. Gusto lang natin ipakita, no, ang ating sponsor for tonight, ang Terra Nutra. So, it's a 12-in-1 turmeric tea. So, Hilo Ponciano. So, busy yan ngayon sa ang aking friend na yan na sobrang into organic products. So, yan po ang Terra Nutra. So, you may check her page din po. So, that's FB and IG at Terra Nutra. So, meron po siyang turmeric tea. So, it's very good for all of us, not just for singers, no, for performers, Mac, pero sa lahat po sa atin kasi it helps us fight onset yung cough and colds, diba? Para mas maging healthy tayo at malayo tayo syempre sa sakit. Lalo na ngayon na meron tayong kinakatakutan na ang tinatawag ay the COVID-19. No? Pero seriously, no, maraming salamat po sa lahat ng nanood. And we would like to congratulate Ma'am Evita Ocampo for raising a very talented, a kind, and blessed son kay Ehrlich, no? So siguro yun din, paalala din natin sa mga ka-entrep natin na let's show our talents starting with our families, no? And I mean, let our families be the first ones to believe in us, sabi nga. Kung hindi man, 'di ba, let it be your mga kaibigan, mga kakilala. Katulad namin ni Mac, we're just blessed to have this mga kakilala na part ng network namin, itong mga guests namin. So ikaw naman, Mac, ako yun yung natutunan ko kanina kay Jeff. Ikaw naman, ano naman yung pwede mo nating maiwan na message ni Ehrlich? Ano naman
actually, no, parehas tayo ng kasi performers tayo, artists tayo. Ganun lang naman eh. You have something within you, galing yan sa'yo kasi gusto mo. And you have to treat it as a gift. And this is something na kailangan mong i-share kasi kaya nga siya regalo, di ba? Kung matuwa man sila o hindi, babayaran ko man yung hindi. At least nagbigay ka. And it's a matter of just showing up, no, having a good attitude, and talagang marami kang mapupuntahan at malayo ang mararating mo. Sobrang swerte nga ni kahit si Ehrlich, sobrang swerte kasama niya yung suporta ng kanyang mommy. Ang sobrang So again, dapat manggaling yan sa inyo. Diba? It starts from within, then you share it to outside and kahit anong form pa yan. Diba?
From the inside and out. Oo, out to the world. Oo, naman ang layo mo talaga na narating niya, 'di ba? Katulad ngayon, bumabiyahe na siya papunta sa malayong lugar ng Middle East sa Dubai, 'di ba? At magpe-perform pa siya sa buong mundo. So, ayun, muli maraming salamat kay Jeff. So, follow po natin siya at Jeff Cifra at yung bago niya pong song, no. So, sana po share natin mga ka-entrep. Maraming salamat talaga sa panonood. Share po natin, let's share the good news about all the learnings that we have learned from this episode. Maraming salamat syempre sa EntrepAcademy family natin. Sir Rene, Miss Faith, Miss Karen, maraming salamat, no? So, sobra akong busog na busog. Busog na busog ang puso ko, pero nagugutom din ako. Pero, yun nga, sabi pa ni Ehrlich kanina, bro, no? Last na lang. Sabi niya kanina, the magical things that he does, no? Sabi niya kanina, I just show it, diba? You just have to show people what you've got. Tapos, in effect, and as a result, you have to let other people show them they've got through the edupreneurship or yung pagiging negosyante mo because you teach what you know and what you have learned over the years of performing and just really doing your talent or everything that you have. Yan. Maraming salamat din po, Ma'am Edita. Kayo din po. Blessed kami to have you po. To like really share your son and his talent for all of us. Maraming salamat. Ako, excited ako makilala si Ma'am Edita. Sabay tayong pumapalakpak, ma'am, pag nakapanood po ako ng live na performance ni Ehrlich. Pag-iipunan ko yan, bro. Manonood talaga ako ng show ni Ehrlich in the future. Lahat naman ng maganda posible, diba? Basta pinaghihirapan at pinaghahandaan. So, with that, may sasabihin pa tayo, bro? Wala na, no?
I think wala na. Siguro pag may time tayo, sasabihin ko talaga lahat, no? Pero, actually, dyan na talaga magtatapos ang ating mga natutunan, mga lessons about showbiz, di ba? Lalo na sa showbiz. Making a living out of your passion. Akala natin sa simula, imposible. Pero, di ba, narinig naman natin yung kwento ng ating mga guests. Sobrang posible yan, di ba? And we hope that we're able to bring you clarity, no, and more ideas para pagsimulan at pagpapalaki ng inyong business or yung inyong passion turned into business. Now, nabanggit na kanina si Jeff Cifra, Ehrlich Ocampo. Of course, you can reach out to us, kami mga host, si Mac Florendo. You can find me at Mac Florendo sa Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok even. So, andyan po ako. And si Miss LA, no? Paano ba sila makapag-connect sa inyo?
Yes. Okay. And samahan niyo po kaming muli ang inyong mga Entreprofessors sa susunod po na episode. Kung marami po kayo natutunan dito, definitely next Friday, it's gonna be another insightful episode of EntrepAcademy as
Ayan. So, yun nga. Meron tayong next course sa susunod na week. It's more on finance naman. So, if meron na kayong business idea, gusto nyo pag matutunan naman about sa finance, sa budgeting and all that. So, sasamahan po tayo ni Noel Santiago and Ralph Ernest Frasha. Ayan. So, again guys, lagi nyong tandaan, kayo, kaya mo maging boss dito. No? Pag may idea, may talento, sobrang posible. And so, di ba, punong-puno ng kaalaman yung ating gabi at ang dami natin natutunan sa EntrepAcademy. Siyempre, kailangan natin pasalamatan lahat ng mga naging parte sa show na to. At ang programang ito ay handog sa inyo ng Entrep Media Network, Creative Sound Studios, Voice from Home, Creative Voices Productions, the Certified Voice Artist Program, which will happen very soon. At syempre, ang nag-iisang the Voice Master of the Philippines, Mr. Pocholo De Leon Gonzalez. Sir, maraming salamat po talaga. Ayan. So again, Mac Florendo and Miss LA for EntrepAcademy sa ating entertainment course. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat at magandang gabi. Paalam.
EntrepRadio